Yo, Brown, talk to me. What's going on? Mic check. Apologies for had a little technical issues. Back home. It's been a minute after coming back from NYC. Roll call on the round right quick. Gameplay though, what's up? I see you. Gerald Mack, what's going on? Christopher Hart, GodOfWarRagnarok, we in here today, no doubt. The Dawn, CJG, you know what I'm saying? Salute. Hustle, what's going on, bro? Let me know how the levels of sound and everything is good. Oh, I appreciate you, brother. Yo, Hustle, my brother, man. I hope everything is all right. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the ones you lost. You know what I mean? I felt that way, so I hope everything is going all right. Support you and your family and all that. Yeah, man, let's talk to the people some more. Hector the Macho Man, $5 super chat. All hail the Lords. I don't know who is more bitter, a jealous baby mama or free R. Kelly when it comes to King. Remember to wipe your feet first. Wipe your feet when you step up in the realm. Salute to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Cows be getting it in. Gerald Mack, the OG, Bay Area, what's up? $5 super chat. All hail the ILP. Salute the Lord. Do the Lord think or believe a conflict of interest makes the deal easier or harder to get it approved? I know what y'all talk about. Y'all talk about somebody real loose on their Twitter. Someone close to the organization. Talk about my console. Anyway, Attic, you there? Talk to the people right quick, man. Just a little mic check for King in here. Let's see, I had to come back. I was talking to him right quick. You know what I'm saying? Zarcaster, what's going on? Salute Def Mobile, my guy. What's going on? Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Bunty, Wagwan, what's going on? You already know Live Supremacy. What's up? You all right? Quada Global Limited. Salute. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, no doubt. Good to see you in better spirits, brother. Each day, remember, blessings. Remember the legacy. Remember the good times. Pentiment Game of the Year. What's up? Oh, you go on at that Pentiment. I see you. No. Addict, talk to the people. Addict, help me out,
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, Addict, help me out. I wasn't technically sound today. Addict had to come and say, nah, Cog, you gotta fix this, you gotta fix that. He got me right now. He got me sounding right. Everything's right. Loki.
You know what's been crazy?
What's up?
It's still, because it would have muted.
Yeah, if I'd have had the settings I had.
They would have heard you. We wouldn't have just heard you.
Yeah, it would have been messy. It wouldn't have been a good situation. Good thing you caught that. Yo, Loki, 2975, catching the Lord's live. Salute. Yeah, we got some fun today. You know what I mean? Some good topics. Tally up. What's up, Rob C? What up? What's going on? Nam. Oh, hold on. Shout out to Nam Omar. That's the homie right there. Good to see you. Got the crest up and all that. Oh, all the way from NG. Okay. Let's get this supremacy God. Oh, we're going to talk that God of War, Christopher Hart. That's what it is. You can't say we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, Christopher Hart, I just got a question. I beat it. Did you?
Oh, he flexing on him. Don't flex on him like that.
Yeah, Christopher Hart, you going to sit here and say we ain't going to talk about God of War?
Nah,
you know what that was.
He ain't say we not.
That was a subliminal. Like, oh, we talking about God of War? Like, look what we got. We're like, nah, man, look what I got. I beat that.
Kid got some funny balls for that, too. It's like, look what we got. Like, yeah, we got it, too. We played it, too. Yo, King got me dying with that. King gonna have some balls for you. I'm telling y'all right now. G-Money, what's up? Is that G-Money from the legendary Flip the Script? Is that G-Money? What's going on? Christopher Hart said, Addict, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He playing, he having fun. Listen, man, it's a good day.
It's all jokes.
It's all jokes. So look, we're going to get everybody. We start a little late. Yeah.
Just to clarify in the chat, my God of War review will go live after the show.
Oh,
in-depth review.
And beat it.
Yeah.
Addict. Yeah. Out in these streets, difficult getting conquered.
I actually struggled beating that game. Like it was a lot longer than I anticipated.
All right, save the ball. Pop that. What's going on? So yeah, we're gonna get King up in here in a minute. Saul should be rolling through. I was chilling out with Saul last night. Kai. It was just a shout out to Meds that pulled up too. Marlonius. Got that Wakanda Forever in, so Shaw will be strolling in. You know what I mean? He had a couple drinks in him. He was feeling good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll get King up here. I spoke to him and try to get y'all not too late now. But I had to fix the technical difficulties. Shout out to Addict for saving me. It's a little bit of messy show with the settings that I was trying to go live. Anyway, yo, see y'all in a bit. We're gonna get the King up in here and solve up in here.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do it. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stunting, but really be Steve-O.
Sure.
You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
Switch it over.
Said Montana love.
Woo! All right, hot mics is all that.
I do want to have a fair warning in the chat. If I see spoilers in God of War,
you
will be
Yeah, you're gone.
Do
that.
There's no ifs, ands, buts. There will be no trolling with God of War in the chat.
And
I will get you up out of there like real fast.
You heard it from the difficult game conqueror. Hear ye, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and also live on lordsofgaming.net. Episode number 280 episodes, y'all.
Yeah.
Another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. And today, we've got that God of War Ragnarok impressions. EldenRing versus Ragnarok Game of the Year. Doom composer controversy and Xbox One Game Pass to discuss, so we gonna get right into it. So let's introduce the four horsemen of gaming, those original gaming knights of the realm here at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf, Lord Addict Ragnarok Conqueror. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. So yes, I did peak God of War. The review will be going. It will be premiering after the show. Let me tell you one thing, man. That game's long. Like, it's a lot longer than I anticipated.
Save some of the balls. Yeah, definitely pause on it.
And then I played that. What's that game people were talking about?
Which one?
Vampire Survivors?
I uninstalled that.
Oh, what happened?
If you guys want to play a game,
too
that's
much
better,
of an old school feel.
If you guys want to play a game that's like that I personally feel is better, try Loop Hero. Like it's like the game. I can see why people like it. I can see why people are getting addicted to that form of saw, but I'm just like, I didn't like that you can't actually control your attacks. Like, I don't mind I played Moonlighters. Like, I don't mind what's going on, but I don't like how everything's like, it's not that on rails, your attacks are on rails. And I don't like that. I feel when I'm doing combat, I want to be in control of when I throw a fireball or I throw a whip. Like, I just feel like there's too much. I don't know.
You feel like okay. Look, you don't have enough manual control or something?
No, see, people, look at people in the chat. Godly, you control that stuff.
Well, clearly it's an issue.
I'm a control freak, and
I ain't feeling that.
I need to press buttons, damn it.
I need to do what they say I need to do.
Literally, you know what?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on. I'm just being super silly. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I just don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, I know I'm not wrong.
Anyway, besides arguing with the big controls, finishing God of War, what else have you been doing, sir?
That's about all. I literally. What's funny is my life was put on hold for that game.
Yeah, you went there. You went there.
I got it. I streamed it for 2 hours, almost 3 hours Wednesday when it came out. Then I played it like 8 hours the next day, and then like 7 hours the day after that. And then I ended up staying up to like 4. What's funny is like me and my girl, she's like, well, it's time for bed. I was like, I'll be there in a second.
Oh, you hit it with the 1 second?
5 hours later.
No, it's 4 in the morning. I'm like, ooh.
You try to sneak back in the room.
Well, she was out, so she wasn't really.
No.
And then I woke up and I was towards the end of the game. What's funny is like that game, you don't even know you're in until it's like you're in. Like,
No doubt, say the ball.
I have a PlayStation 5, Pete. Don't be putting that PS4 fiasco on.
How loud is your PS4? Wow, no doubt. That's been pretty much it, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you know, I'm more curious with that EldenRing versus Ragnarok one that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's why we'll get into that. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo game who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank. My man, fresh off that Wakanda Forever with me yesterday, Lord Sovereign.
Yes,
how
sir.
we doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing fantastic. I last night when we got back, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do laundry. I'm gonna go shave. Nah, I just sat down. I just sat down in front of the PlayStation.
Wait, you got a PlayStation? You playing these games?
I know. I got a PlayStation 5. Can you believe it?
How dare you play and enjoy these other games or other consoles?
How dare I?
You know what's funny?
Jim sent me one personally. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny?
I was bought out long
You're
ago.
not supposed to enjoy this greatness.
You know what's funny? I sent I made a personal video that was just like questioning if they could hit all the cues that I personally wanted them to hit for Ragnarok. And I had a couple people that's like, he's just mad because he can't play. I'm like, what are you talking about?
We're gonna get into that. I already know people got balls for that.
That's hilarious. Like,
yeah, we gonna get into that.
He don't have one.
How dare you? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, continue.
So that Addict is wrong about Vampire Survivors, but I get it. He's not of our generation. Like if you didn't play Robotron or you didn't play Berserk, you don't. That's not for you. It's not for you.
Those games like those games. Thank God I didn't play that nonsense.
Yes, thank God that we paved the way for you to have
all the nice things that you have.
That you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but last night got to see Wakanda with the boys.
Wakanda. Viva Wakanda.
What's the new name?
Viva Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
I'm gonna start just calling it Wakanda.
I can't.
But it was a very good movie. Going in, I was just like, hey, how are they gonna do this?
Yeah.
And they did justice to Chadwick. They did justice to the character.
Yes.
They did justice to Namor.
Yes. Namor he stole the show a lot.
In a lot of ways, he stole the show. I love that actor. Tino Corta is very good.
I didn't like his body at first.
Yeah, at first I had to like,
I had issues with the body.
I had issues with the body at first, you know.
I
wanted to make sure his health was lit.
I accepted that he had the Michael Phelps swimmer, body, whatever.
Yes.
But I need the six pack. It's like Hugh Jackman X-Men 1 to like, he needs some of that.
He grew into his space.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that'll happen. But go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was a good time, and just to be able to chill out with the boys. And like I said, I've been played Ragnarok. Lady Saab, shout out to my baby. She's coming back home from PR later today. But that gave me an opportunity to play
I do want to point out that Saul's wife ironically visited family when God of War came out.
No,
Go ahead, man. Yeah, like, go ahead, man. You gotta go visit. Go do what you do.
It's like she asked because she I think I'm gonna go at the beginning of the year. I think 11/8 seems a better time.
Yeah, you should go then.
So no, it just so happens it's my mother-in-law's birthday, so it fit perfectly.
Oh yeah, conveniently.
But also, shout out to the Veterans Day. I had the day off, so I was like, oh my goodness, I had the day off.
The suns have shined on you,
which is never the case. So I got to sit and play, and so I definitely didn't finish it, but I'm probably the second furthest in the game. Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll talk.
That was it.
No doubt. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer.
Ooh.
The prophet of Xbox.
Swami.
King of the statues. who demands nothing less than that premium experience and is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how we doing, sir?
I'm doing so good now that my DLC is home. DLC, baby. You see, you dudes like to catch.
You know, when you first
this
posted
is
that, I thought you
PlayStation 4.
bought a PlayStation 4 and 5 copy. I'm like, he's going too much right now.
This is the PlayStation 4. This is where, you know, it started, right? And they dragged their feet along, and they got me here, the PlayStation 5. Some people can still play on the PlayStation 4. That's the 80%. The 80% of you dudes can still get down. And that's where y'all talking from. Y'all talking from that perspective.
Why are they talking from that perspective?
King, did you see that video of Smooth posting trying to kill that Odin bird that's flying around?
No.
He keeps throwing the axe at it, and he getting
He's doing it
very
on the
annoyed.
PlayStation 4?
I maybe because I know he's on a 5, but you know, I seeing that gameplay, maybe that's the reason it's doing that. Like,
It is what it is, but I want to some man talk.
Man talk. Oh, that haven't come back in a while. Let's sit up. Let's see what's going on. What's going on out here? What's going on?
Let me pour. This is ginger ale. Let me pour a little bit of ginger ale.
The first time hearing of this, I need to hear this.
What's going on?
We'll stop snitching for you, dude.
Okay, what's that? Why we need man talking around? What's going
We
on,
need
man?
man talk. It's definitely necessary. I had a dude brand us an Xbox podcast that we represent the third place team. And why am I posting this? Because I need. We got to partake in greatness. People, brothers and sisters, I want you to lean in a little bit closer.
Come to the front of the congregation, y'all. King's talk.
You
I
are
ain't
a
leaning
consumer.
nowhere.
You are a consumer. Now I don't want you to lose self-worth, because apparently this dude that tweeted at me had lost his worth. He didn't know how much value he has within this machine. There are developers, there are publishers, there are manufacturers, and there lies us, the consumer.
Yes.
We have power. Without our dollar buying this stuff, none of that stuff happens.
Very true.
So he's talking about Game of the Year is coming. I said, doesn't do nothing for you. Game of the Year is coming, doesn't put a nickel in your pocket. Game of the Year is coming, King, and y'all ain't got nothing over there. I said, I'm playing the same game that you're playing. Brother, aren't we the same? Aren't we on the same team? You a bot. You a bot. Listen, man. We are gamers. We are all in this together. You look over to your brother that's partaking. This is no exclusive club. There's no barrier. There's nothing stopping me from reaching across the line and say, excuse me, sir, can I have my DLC?
So when they popping off that they enjoy something, you like, well, I'm enjoying it too.
Me too. I'm just like you. And you are just like me. What I'm trying to tell you is tear down these walls and these barriers that you're building, these invisible bubbles that you're putting yourself in. And you're saying, I'm not going to partake of that because I feel like I'm doing my team a disservice. You're by yourself when you're shopping. When you go in your wallet and you take out your wallet, you're doing this. There's no team behind you. It's you.
Team.
Yeah, Jim isn't behind you rubbing your shoulders when
Nothing at all. Nothing. When he gets his
You're not supposed to buy it because they said you're not supposed to.
But what I want to say is, go partake, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Tear down these walls, these fake walls that we building around ourselves. I got my DLC. How about you?
Faction. You know what's funny though? Like, it's to me, it's like we on a block with them. Like, it's game coaching. It's like dudes be really throwing it up for the set, bro. Like they really be throwing it up. Like they like, yeah, because we out. And it was like, all right, cool, we out too. I'm with you. I'm playing. And then, nah, you really mad? Because, whoa, what's going on? What's going? You know what it is? And dudes be locking themselves in. You know what it is? Dudes be locking themselves in. So what it is now what it is it's a reflection of how they feel when the other side does something and the other side is enjoying it and they can't partake. So they try to project their feeling on you when people are partaking.
I'm just curious why you guys are still like surprised.
It's just funny though. But it is funny
because it's funny because we everything we say here is in jest. Like everything. King could come here every single week and rip a new one to PlayStation. And you better believe when that PlayStation hotness come out,
Why'd he turn his camera off?
he's gonna be the first one there. I think we getting some.
Yeah, we getting something about to
have.
happen. I don't know what he's doing.
So it's just funny to me, like people really fall it.
Here you go. Go ahead, Saul. Go ahead.
So it's just funny to me, like, cause y'all know this, and y'all choose to. Sometimes some people. I know this. They're dumb people in this world. I get it.
Yeah,
They're dumb people that really buy into some.
But they
stuff.
waited all year to do this.
To do this,
They want to throw it in your face. Look at us now.
Instead of just sitting down playing their game,
Instead of enjoying their game, you not having as much fun as me.
But I am.
Hey, Saul, there's a reason I beat that game before all they did, because they were sitting on Twitter and
That's
I was
what's so
actually
funny.
playing the game.
There you go.
My bed is outside. Better continue.
I know what we got. What we got?
I already know what he's doing. He barbering these
guys.
dudes.
So this week, what I was playing, I was playing my Fortnite, and I played a couple of games off of Game Pass. But my DLC showed up. And it came with a new controller.
I can't with this
So
man.
if you're not playing your DLC with your new controller, you're not playing at all.
I can't with you. We gotta shut you down. You doing way too much today. Leave these dudes alone. You know this dude's very sensitive when you tweet. So anyway, moving
And there's
on.
a lot of more sensitive dudes out there that I'm playing it before you got a chance to get it, before you hardcore dudes got it. Where are the receipts? I told the dude, I said, where's your receipt? He stopped tweeting. He stopped, no more text.
Leave these dudes alone.
Where the hell is your PlayStation 5? He stopped tweeting.
Well, I mean,
Leave these
the
dudes alone.
funny thing is, it's just like, I get it. You know, it's fun, but it's just like, I put it to you this way. There's a reason I didn't have the Addict show last week.
I feel that.
It's like when it came up, and it's like, nah, like I'm playing God of War. I'm not gonna go on a show and talk about God of War, like, because to me that's counterproductive. Like,
I saw what you said. I like what you said. You was like, yo, I'm Addict Show. He's like, I gotta play these games, bro. You know what I'm saying? These games is outside. Respect.
I don't. I felt a way about that. But how's your ear infection?
it feels better.
Good.
That's what's up.
I was on some
Next week,
antibiotics.
on what is it? Tuesday. Yeah, we will be talking about. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Wakanda.
Yeah, I had stuff happen personally. I think I could still go watch it today. So I think I am going to be able to go watch it still today.
Okay.
So we'll be able to talk about it Tuesday.
No doubt. Anything else, sir, besides playing?
No, it's been fun life of gaming. I mean, I can't wait to get to these topics.
Oh yeah.
Did you try? You see, you mentioned Game Pass. What did you try on Game Pass?
Okay. So Signalist was playing that, and I'm still was playing Ghost Song. So I saw the vampire joint pop up, and it popped up yesterday. I downloaded this real quick, and I saw oh no, it's Alex talking about that too. He was going in on the God of War dudes disrespecting the vampire game. And
There's a lot of people that was disrespecting.
I don't
not
even
just the God of War dude. There's a lot of people that see a game and it's like, oh, whatever, that doesn't compare.
Here's the thing with that game, like. I'm not even saying that game's bad. It's just like I play Loot Hero, and when I'm playing this, it's just like I personally feel like I enjoy Loot Hero more. Like I can understand like leveling up, you get to pick a new attribute. I know where that addiction's coming from, and I'm not downplaying that.
So we got to break protocol.
Yeah, you got to read R. Kelly.
In here that I'm very surprised by. We gotta break it up. Yeah, we gotta have to.
$10 super chat from free.
Let's stop getting
King, I'm sorry for ever doubting you, but I got to give it up to you. God of War Ragnarok was trash. Wow. The writing was awful, subverting expectations for nothing. I'm a longtime God of War fan.
I'm just curious if like that's genuine or he's trolling.
Nah,
like,
he be about to smoke. And you know what's crazy? He put this in the when we promoted on the YouTube job.
Hey King, you know what I'm thinking though? You know what I'm thinking? They let people in prison play God of War.
He's in the day room.
He was in remote play with a PlayStation 4. I heard it's the best way to play.
He's sneaking the Vita in the cell at night.
I gotta respect Kels. Not a lot of you dudes is gonna even approach the conversation, and I know we're gonna get into it later. But I gotta respect your honest opinion on something because I knew he was real because he didn't do Kang.
Yo, I mean, I surprising though. Like, if you like 2018, it's kind of safe so far for what I played to say that you're gonna like this. It's more, but you're gonna like it.
We're talking about. Say the ball.
Real quick though, I want to point out again, once again, no spoiling God of War.
No spoil. Yeah, we ain't spoiling that. No,
I'm talking about in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. No doubt. So that's it, sir.
Yeah,
no doubt. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Shout out to Finding Dude. Shout out to Mr. Batty Plays. Actually, he was not doing too well. He's actually trying to feel better. So salute to him. Shout out to Ben Smith that held me down, talking about, you know what I'm saying, the whole situation, which we will get into as far as the Doom Composer, some other stuff going on. Shout out to the Finding Dude Ultimate, which me and Matty did. We talked about achievements. We talked about overhauling that. And some good suggestions there. Shout out to my man Ebontis the Cheetah. Shout out to Travis IGN in the building. We have my man Lego on. We was just talking about Telesta, all the craziness of Destiny, and then the state of the Crucible, all the things they got to do. For me, of course, I've been playing that Ragnarok. Not as much. Probably got the least hours as much as everybody on the panel. What's up, man?
Real quick, did you guys see that picture of Rev that went viral?
Yes, where they put Rev and his son.
I saw it on Facebook. Yeah. I saw it on TikTok.
That works though. That
so good.
No, it literally went viral. Like it was everywhere.
Shout out to Rev. It was perfect. Like he going in too. He got some things.
His son does look a little bit like a trailer.
I'm like, when you look at it, it's perfect.
We should have got him on this.
We should have got Rev on. Yeah,
I was thinking about who we could have invited.
We could have got Rev on because Rev is very passionate about it. It just, I think with Rev, always with me, us and him is the scheduling because I think we were. I mean, I ain't put his business out, but it's just scheduling. But anyway, so we got that. You gonna hit him? No doubt.
I'm gonna just drop an invite.
Hit Rev because Rev, I'm definitely.
He decides to come.
We definitely have some joy. We'll see what's going on there. But yeah, I've been rocking that. Ragnarok, of course. Probably got the least hours of the panel here. But at least I want to get a discussion. VR, the little VR guy. Iron Man VR for the first time.
Oh, that's right. Play it? You play that one? That's the one from the PS4, right?
I never had it, so I never had PSVR 1, right? So when this joint dropped for the Quest, I'm like, all right, let me see. Yo, I'm feeling that joint, bro. Like you get your thrusters is your hands to elevate, just like Iron Man and all that. You got the repulsors and all of that. And then like the thing about it, it's like it's telling a good narrative. Like, like yo, you doing a Tony Stark, and I'm like, yo, I'll tell you this though. If you're a motion sickness, do not play this game. Like you are Iron Man. You're moving. You put your arms back. You out there. You doing the thing, right? And it's fast. Like usually most VR games.
Hold up.
Uh-oh, what's up?
People in the chat, like mods, don't remove messages. Like get rid of them. Don't time them out. Ban them.
Oh, okay, no doubt. So anyway. So we doing that. So I've been rocking that joint and 2 other games I'm under NDA that I can't talk about just yet. But I will be excited to talk about them next week. So we'll get.
Oh, they from the Meta Squad?
No. These are games from the other squads.
Oh, okay. All right.
Under NDA. So we'll get into that. But we got to talk about. I know it's been a minute for combat talk, but rest in peace Izzy on this one.
Rest in peace.
Bro, I feel so bad for him. You know what this remind me of?
What?
Remember back in the day, there was a young prospect. He was the next hottest thing. His name was Sugar Shane Mosley.
The smiling boxer.
Yeah, Sugar Shane was like that dude. He was the untouchable. He was the golden boy, undefeated record. Really looked like the next thing. And I'm not saying Izzy is not the next thing. He can't come back from this. But I never forget, he ran up against another fighter named Vernon Forrest.
Yes,
and we heard about Vernon Forrest, who beat him before, and whatever, the amateurs. And we like, but it's different now, because Shane is different.
I was so happy that.
And this situation with Izzy and Alex Pereira, and for those who don't know, this guy's like a K1 champion. You know, they fought in kickboxing. Now the first fight.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me. You keep saying Izzy.
Is Israel Adesanya.
Oh, yes. I saw the first fight. right.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So
Please, oh God,
all
say
right.
please, oh God, say that God did it again.
He did it.
Please say he did it again.
He did it
I gotta
again.
go. I'll be right back.
So the first fight they fought to a K1, you know what I'm saying? Because Izzy was that dude in kickboxing. He fought this dude. Now the first fight you could say was controversial. What did you say? You could say it was close, controversial. They gave it to Pereira. Second fight, Izzy's dominating. Gets caught with a wild hook, stretched.
Right in the chin.
Right in the chin, like stretched. And embarrassingly, the guy's taunting him, doing all this stuff. The third fight is like the same thing, bro. Like round one, Izzy caught dude, and he was out. Alex
He was
Pereira
out on his feet. He was out on his feet.
If there was any more seconds, Izzy wins the joint. This fight goes on, and this guy, he's first of all, he's so naturally bigger.
Yeah.
And then what's his nickname? Pautan or some joint?
Pautan.
And them hands, like he's just coming. And Izzy couldn't get away.
Yeah.
The fading, and then it was a brutal.
That was a perfectly justified stoppage.
Yes.
He was out on his feet. He was moving still, but he was moving without. He was not looking.
He was not looking at it.
He had his head down, just praying that he wouldn't get hit.
Yeah, and it's just one of them situations. You just know, like it's just a guy that has your number. And they talk about running back, and I'm just like, when you're an undefeated guy that you used to be controlling, dominating, like Alex Pereira is the greatest hater. He left one sport to go chase Izzy down and then dominate him.
And the thing is, and he seems like super humble. Like he was like, hey, he's like, listen, I'm sorry for all the smack talking I did. It's part of the game, but that's not me. Like, I'm sorry for that. He apologized for it. Like, he just seems like a good dude, but he just has his number. But the thing about it is, if you look at it, like I remember how you said, like, I don't know, he might be in Izzy's head. It's obvious that he's not in Izzy's head.
Oh, you don't think?
Izzy, I don't think, maybe after this fight, right?
Okay.
Maybe after this one. But I mean, Izzy was in there doing this thing. I think the two things that are major to me for Izzy and MMA fighters.
He just saw it. Yeah, he just watched it again.
The referee messed y'all up. The referee. So the hell with how they nice they talking me.
What?
Listen, yo, check it out. Adesanya catches the dude with an overhead right. Boom, right? So the dude takes it. And his head don't
He would have
look
been
right,
out
right?
if there was a couple more seconds.
He was out, right? He was out. And the referee stepped in, and the referee said, chill, hold on, wait a second.
That was the end of the round.
If the referee don't go chill, hold on, let me wait a second. Adesanya gets this dude out of here.
Yeah, first time.
So the referee messed it up, right? So the referee said, yo, let me give a standing 8. So he gives the dude a standing 8. He gave him back his energy. So this
so the standing 8 is what helped him in the fight where he knocked Izzy out the second time. Izzy had him on the ground, and he got the standing 8 and got his mojo back.
This is the ultimate pay the ref dude.
Nah. We not doing that. We not doing that.
And Adesanya got him. He had him.
He had him.
Saved him. The ref saved him. Listen, I've seen UFC. They let people literally beat people to death.
Yeah.
This dude,
but if the bell goes ding, ding, round 2, there's no saving.
It was, man, y'all, boy.
Yeah, he's a trouble. They gonna run it back. I don't feel anyway.
I don't know why.
This is the thing, right? And Izzy,
let's hurry up before Addy go to sleep.
Yeah, I know. Addy gonna go to sleep. But Izzy, two things, right? It's called MMA for a reason. I understand Izzy with the hands. Those guys like to, be in there. Listen, if you want to stay with your hands and feet, go back to kickboxing. Or if you want to work on your hands, boxing. MMA, utilize all the tools at your disposal. You're right. Izzy was serviceable on the ground, serviceable. Like he was able to move around, get into decent position to try to at least do some ground and pound. Yeah. But it looked kind of comedic.
Yeah, it looked like he don't commit to that. He doesn't do that.
Commit to that. Yeah. And it's like, come on, this is MMA. Use all the tools at your disposal. I don't care how good you are with the hands. Somebody gonna come in one day, be whacked with the hands. Like tell me this, a Damian Maya, I know he's retired. Yeah, I know. Damian Maya grab Izzy up. It's a wrap. He's done. You know what I mean? Right. So that's one thing. 2, the whole fight, I'm like, Izzy, why is your back to the octagon?
Yeah.
Why are you up against the cage?
Yeah.
Why are you not controlling the pace in the middle of the octagon?
Yeah.
And you have this man. It didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that didn't need to happen to him.
He says he hurt his foot, but I won't go too long with this. But yeah, shout out to Alex Pereira.
man.
It was a crazy fight.
Good
Izzy,
fight.
yeah, good fight. We'll see what happens on the next joint. But yeah, that's been that. And obviously, I saw Wakanda Forever.
I didn't know it was last night. I'd have called it last night.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So that's it on that. So we want to get super chats? Or we
Cool.
good? We
I'm
caught up,
hearing.
right? What's that?
No, we got super chats. I'm hearing like something in the background.
Yeah, my washing machine.
Oh, it could be that. It
You
could
watch
be
this
that.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, no doubt. Go ahead.
Okay, super chats. We got Hector Macho Man, $5 super chat. All hail the Lords. I don't know who is more bitter, a jealous baby mama or free R. Kelly when it comes to the king. Remember to wipe your feet first.
No doubt.
And this is before
It's before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we got Gerald Mack, member for 2 years, $5 per chat. All hail the ILP. Salute the Lords. Do the Lords think or believe the conflict of interest makes the deal easier or harder to get it approved?
But King and them wasn't there for that one. That's why.
Yeah.
Which you think is conflict of interest with certain people tweeting about their console? Did y'all see the tweet?
No, okay, you lost me on this one.
Yeah.
Talking about those guys from the CMA talking about him having
so yeah, the dude-
PlayStation still be on his PlayStation console. You're a fearmonger and you're in control of the narrative, and what you're trying to do is push your bias on. You're gonna have to get up and use your vast wealth that you have attained by taking bribes and get an X. Go get an X so you can play your games, man. Stop acting up.
They went back and were like, well, he doesn't have anything to do with this process.
Right.
This is his personal account. He can say what he wants on his personal account.
Yeah.
Either way, like don't look good. Like
You
shut
know
up.
what's funny though? If he would have said some off the wall stuff about like something like political, it would be it's his personal stuff. It would be like, no, we gotta get him up out of there.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot. It's just weird, man. It's weird energy that you should know better. Like I don't care if it is your personal account.
you're right. At the end of the day, even if he is not a chief decision maker on the deal, the ABK deal, as a you first of all, how unintelligent is that? Why would you even showcase any level of bias on a
possible bias?
A possible bias on a public tweet. So that was weird to me. Again, some people say, "Yo, he's not decision maker," but he's still associated or close to, right?
Yeah.
And you're part of, and that's the part where it's just super chat's coming in.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Kels ain't feeling
Kels
that.
is not feeling stuff.
Kels, I want you to either put in a regular chat or I want you to put in as a super chat. It's up to you, but Kels, is this DLC or not? That's all I want you to do, Kels. You can put it regular, you can put it in super chat. I just want your opinion since you took an honest pill today. Before the pill run out, I want to know.
we got to get to this topic quick. Yeah.
Yeah, so give me super chat, man.
Hold on a second. Okay, so we got Hector. I did that. Gerald Mack, I read that. Cedric H, member for 29 months. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's silver. And we got Boonty, member for 16 months. The original Don Dada. Yeah, enough respect. Lord.
Yo, R. Kells is in there tweeting, bro.
Kelly going inside.
Kelly going. He got. Now he gonna do that. I like that. You know what I like with King? People agree with King.
Yeah, he like Kells ain't do it. He didn't do it.
Or like they stood on their square. They telling the truth. What was that joint last week?
Korea.
IGN Korea. This man fought IGN. They stood on the square.
I do want to address that. I saw a bunch of people talking about it a lot. Like, we're aware that the last week's audio wasn't the greatest. Like, it was our very first time ever coming together like that.
Yeah.
We should have did a little bit more preparation of that, but with anything like that comes experience. Next time there will be mics you can understand us clearly.
We will get that.
Next time we will just bring our own mics.
We just bring our own mics. We found out our setup was better than certain situations.
See, what the problem was like we just expected like studio type of equipment to be able to be on par with our stuff, and that was not the case.
Oh, Xbox said this is the Key to Ignition remix. Stupid. They stupid with Kelly. Go ahead.
That proves that it wasn't that bad. It's not even if you could hear us or not hear us. It's just that's not the kind of product that we want to give out.
Yeah, we are expected to have something else there, and it wasn't there. And
it wasn't there.
That was
salute,
don't
salute
worry.
to them
Next
for
time
working with
it'll
us.
be better.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll get it out. Let's get these super chats
Hold
out.
on,
They're on
hold on.
fire right now.
Mad for a 10 member for 2 years, $10 super chat. Good day, Lords. I'm real excited for the special guest, Hutch from Call of Duty. Man, this is special. I don't know.
He's talking about you.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he talking about a cog.
Yeah, they say that you look like a character from Call of Duty.
They on that. I'm on a Hutch joint. Okay, from Call. Okay.
Then we got Shroom Kingdom member for 1 year, $2 super chat. King with fresh knees and official price sponsorship, no doubt.
That's right. They gave me the official price knees back.
Then we got Spartago 17, £2 super chat. God of War joint was just DLC, no cap. I'm sorry.
Wow. They being disrespectful.
Delicious.
Then we got Free R. Kelly, $10 super chat. No spoilers. My critique subverted expectations. Think of The Last of Us 2. Combat is too clunky still, and they have to get rid of that dumb single shot camera, beating our heads with some tropes of 2018.
Wow. He's okay.
He's
got more.
Right.
He's got more.
There we got Free R. Kelly, $10 super chat. $10 super chat. Free R. Kelly. Dialogue was cringe. If you know, you know. This is the last game in the Norse saga, and the whole time it's very underwhelming because the writing is subverted. That's all. I'll say. This is deep.
Yes. Hey, so that dialogue part was, I can't not to wait till we get to the stop.
All right, we almost there. Okay.
Hold on a
Almost
second. Did I
caught up.
miss
Somebody
anything
said R.
else?
Kelly face turn. He couldn't turn his face. He turned the face. Like in wrestling. No doubt.
Baby, let me see if I missed something. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
We have 400 plus. Please wipe
hit
your
that like-
feet and hit
Nah,
that
we
like
got it.
button. You walk into the house.
Yes.
And
please.
share that out to people that you know that needs to have a laugh today because you're about to get one.
No doubt. We all caught up, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Last week's ILP results. What the hell was that?
That was a Fisher Price controller.
Last week's ILP results are not in. The people have not spoken because we didn't do it. We was in New York. So salute to that. We will be back on the poll situation at the end of the show. But we got to get into these topics. Y'all know what everybody is here. Oh, wait. It's still more super chat before we go.
Hold on
Let's get them down.
We got Mega Bad Guy 31, $10 super chat. Love that you guys entertain and slip in life lessons and experiences. Sav talked about his experience in baseball, and some people get the grind and some don't. Change how I view the grind in life. Love y'all. Thank you.
Salute.
Exactly.
Blessings.
Until I took a baseball to the forehead, I was a
that
pretty good
dude?
baseball player.
Shout out to Yacados.
Yacados Unidos.
Of the Yacados Unidos. I remember you had the jersey and all that. You was that dude.
Spartan goes 17, $2 super chat. R. Kelly the heel turn with it misspelled, but fine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The heel. Shout out, no shout out. We know what you meant. We know what you meant, brother. No doubt. All right, so we ready. All right, let's get to the main event. Y'all know what we here for. This is that Ragnarok. So, Attic, we're going to let you go, man, because, I mean, part of me was like, I should probably go first because I got the lowest game time out of everybody. But then the other part of it is that you played it, you have beat it, and you got a review that will be premiering. It's your topic. Shut it off. You handle it how you want to handle it.
So, God of War's Ragnarok's officially out.
Yes,
This game meant a lot to me because I took King's Knees over it.
It's special significance to you with the knee take, with the knee snatch.
Not an emotional significance at all.
It felt good.
Just know that King's Knees are in this closet right here.
You hold his knees hostage?
Yeah, hold them hostage until he takes them back from me.
Okay.
So, what I really want to go over, there is a new setting in YouTube that's like a Q&A. I'm going to try that out with you guys too. Mm-hmm. Just pretty much put in there, you can ask us questions that we can answer. Just we won't go into spoiler territory. So if your question's spoiler, we ain't doing it. But my question to you guys, and I kind of want to start with King. Because he was the biggest critique of the past one.
Yeah, 2018.
You know,
was the most
I just want to know what's your overall perspective, how long you have in it, and you know, how do you like the transition between the last game and this game? We'll start with that.
Okay, well, it didn't end off like how it was supposed to start off, but it kind of threw me aback because I was just like, that's not how it ended, and I expected another scene. But then it built to that scene. So it was a bridge. They put a bridge part to get to the scene where you actually really left off at. And my thoughts on is the portrayals of the actual Norse characters that they do introduce was a bit underwhelming
I agree with
because
you on that.
I didn't really like hip hop Odin.
Wait, hip hop Odin? What?
That is a very good analogy using from. I did not like the way.
Without
Odin was
spoiling,
portrayed at all.
what's the hip hop part?
Well,
because
Without
let me
spoiling,
answer since I've dubbed him hip hop Odin.
Okay.
His vernacular is not becoming of what I've
Oh,
known.
he's a little too modern. He's not little thoueth and he's not in
No,
his...
the only person who speaks like that in the game is Kratos, like and probably like Mimir and stuff like that. Beyond that, they speak
Everybody
like
else is
very modernish.
like it's like Kratos and that little head.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the only
Mimir.
ones that stuck back then.
Yeah, okay,
Right,
okay. Mimir,
and
yeah.
everybody else is on the new ship.
Yo,
Like so Thor.
Yo, Kels is with you. He said cringe dialogue. I'm shocked by this.
Thor's hip hop. The vernacular threw me off so much because it was like Pimp C was talking through Odin. So like the stuff that was said, I was just sitting there like, okay, I'll go with it because this is what you want to do with it. And I'm cool with what you want to do with your product. It's for me to consume and the story is being told.
They throwing mad caps at you right now. They said y'all capping.
okay,
They said that y'all
well,
coping, that y'all
okay.
nitpicking.
All right,
They said
listen,
y'all
listen.
Xbox.
I have
Well,
to-
hold
I have
on.
to-
Like, what's the point of you got to be able to criticize the things you love?
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's-
have to.
You
I have
just
to,
mad. Y'all just
I have
mad
to-
because it's a 90.
I have
Y'all
to-
ain't got no 90. Better
I have
critic.
to. I have to completely 100% agree with King. I do feel like, especially Odin's voice, did not represent what I expected him to sound like.
Faces, cat.
And maybe it's because I don't have a whole lot of like mindset of how Odin would sound like in that actual scenario. I'm not really
It
that up
wasn't
to
that,
date on
though.
Norse mythology, but he had a very playful persona in this game.
Urban
And to
gorilla.
my vision, I
Nitpicking.
didn't see him being.
And
like
he was.
that.
I mean, I don't know how. Up until the part where I got to, I only saw him once, and he seems very like the guy who plays him was in like the West Wing. He sounds just like him. It's not like he's doing a voice.
Yeah.
He's doing his voice. He's doing his voice, right? And he just seems shisty. He's shisty, and I think that part of Odin comes through. I'm not as offended by how they speak the vernacular as these two.
I wasn't
I'm not.
offended either,
But
I
it is.
just-
I get it. Like, because the thing is, the game that gives the comedic touch to the game. Because Kratos is like a wet rag. You know this.
It's just like his opening thing. He pretty much says, "Oh, we got a problem. Let's talk." Like I just don't like that demeanor. Like I get it. Maybe that's how Odin is in the actual like
He
Norse
reminds
mythology.
you of a broke pimp.
Yeah.
I mean, can I
when
jump
you
in for my
see
limited
it-
gameplay? I thought the opening was fire.
Okay,
No,
so you
we're
got
not
to that
talking
part.
about the
Oh,
opening.
okay,
We're
okay.
talking about Odin's voice.
Yeah,
and
the
persona.
vernacular.
No, but
being
when I
used.
was there, he came through. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And-
so,
and when,
yeah.
when he came, I just felt like, without spoiling, like to me, it was like what you call it with the you know what it is like when it's two gangsters, right?
Yeah.
And before two gangsters step in the room, and the underboss be like on some mob joint, like
Yeah.
let's see if we can settle this, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's the parlay. To me, I thought they set the scene for the parlay.
No, okay, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
had
Atreus,
no problem.
You know what I'm saying? So he got his son with him, like, yo, you go get the drinks, go set it up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I ain't gonna be no parlay. It's just it is what it is. You know?
No,
Like
okay,
I thought it was
listen,
fire. but go
I'm
ahead.
not saying that I don't like that what they did. I
Okay.
said the portrayal
Oh,
of
okay.
Odin himself.
Okay.
Okay. That right there, for me, I'm just talking about because he asked me for me what
I feel it.
So when I started it up, I'm gonna tell you what was my little nitpicks.
Yeah, and you, so you admit that. You're like, okay, I got you.
No, this is
Yeah.
of course, this is my little nitpick, my little
Okay.
nitpick.
I feel it.
I don't want Odin to be hip hop Odin. I don't want Odin to be Pimp C. I don't want that. Right?
I feel like
Thor himself, for me, was much like Eric the Red from the books.
Yeah.
Perfect.
it was a good Thor.
Right, it was a
great
good Thor.
People are saying better than Chris Helmsworth Thor.
No, it
MCU Thor.
completely destroys his version.
Yeah, they like
Okay,
this the Thor.
because this is Thor. right? How he leaned into it, a lot of stuff, the conversation that was into it, the fighting was into it. I like that. I like the fight. I like that, right? I love the vistas when they got to the sprawling vistas when you got out. I mean, you still do the same things, the bottlenecks, how you load in areas, squeezing in from one room to the next. All right, so but I understand because this is tethered to the old console,
right? PS4,
right? So you have to play it this way, right? So none of the stuff in this box is being utilized, and I have to temper my expectations when I'm playing it. But what I do like when I'm playing it is I do like some of the towns that you see. It looks nice. The water looks really nice. The 40 frames per second, yeah, it's cool. And
I played at 60.
But King, I mean, we got it. This game
I wouldn't
looks
do that.
absolutely gorgeous, though, King.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I personally
I'm
feel
not
like
I'm not gonna say.
I'm actually with King. I think it looks a little bit better than God of War 18, but
Yeah,
not
just
much.
a little bit.
Like,
It's just a little bit better than God of War, and you know why it looks like that because you can't go crazy and mess up the actually the premiere version is the PlayStation 4 version, so you can't go crazy and outwork the PlayStation 4 version. You just can't. But what they did a very good job. It's just marginally better looking than 2018, to be honest with you. And we know why they couldn't go crazy. Now these dudes are gonna say, "Oh, your cap, it's this and it's that. Y'all don't have a God of War." Who's y'all? Like, first, who's y'all? Like y'all is the dude. Oh, you talking about the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4? That's the only thing that's separating y'all. Right? So what's separating me from you is this 5 versus your 4. That's
real
it.
quick. Ham said something that really makes sense. Like he says, it looks great, but it doesn't look new.
Right. It looks like the same. So and they fixed a little combat here and a little combat there.
You're not impressed.
It's DLC, like I said it was.
Wow.
I would actually
just
say
DLC.
that after beating the game, this could be a DLC, like a big expansive DLC.
Did you say?
But that's not a. The thing is that
DLC if it's 40
that's not
something hours.
That's the thing is though, that's not a bad thing. People get this like large misconception of DLC. Some of the best content that's in games have been DLC.
But what DLC is like 40 plus something hours?
There's a lot. Almost everything Bethesda makes is around that.
Okay.
It's just like when it comes to it, they didn't really change anything in terms of realms. Pretty much everything. They let you go to all the realms finally.
Right, which was a complaint, which they answered a lot of the issues that people had.
They opened
also the
DLC.
enemy variety. Your issue with 2018
So
was.
let me-
Sorry, continue.
Let me get to let me get to some of these. So we have. I can select them. Does it actually pop up on there too? It does.
Yeah, it pops up.
Stitch said, should this game have been delayed until next year? No, this game was fine just how it was. And then we'll get one more. And then someone said, how much of the game would you say is cutscenes compared to actually playing the game?
Now that I feel is a valid question.
About 25-75. There's a lot more gameplay than people act like that.
Okay. All right. So solve.
I can't disagree on the DLC part. I can't.
What?
I can't.
I doing it. What is going on today?
As again, obviously, right? I mean, we're saying it exaggeratingly in that it's DLC because it is a 40-hour whatever experience on its own.
Yeah, y'all got the caps.
I think what
but
King
I'm just saying, like,
ultimately
it's not...
means. I think what King ultimately means is like it's DLC because it's nothing new. It's just more rehash of the old stuff.
It's more of the same.
But it was good. The old stuff was good, so you don't really have to do a whole lot with it.
So yeah, when you look at it, like it's not the same. This game didn't have a 7-year turnaround or whatever like Last of Us Part 2 did. This is a 4-year turnaround.
Okay.
And so it would. That was expected. And then seeing them side by side and seeing them again, last week I played maybe like 5 hours of the original God of War again on the PS5 just to kind of get a feel for it again and going from one to the other. I was like, yeah, this one runs smoother. There's more detail in some stuff, but overall, when you look at it, they don't look all that different.
what about the sled with the and then the snow with the trail?
That was
with the-
beautiful.
You being too much, Cog.
That was beautiful. But that was a QTE.
Yo, I was blown away.
But that was beautiful. But that was a QTE, bro. Like, I mean,
Look, this game. Well, here's the thing, though. This game looks gorgeous. It's
Thank
eye
you.
candy.
Thank you. No one said this game looks
Hold up. You are getting let me address that. You are getting our words twisted. We never said the game looks whack. We said it doesn't look drastically different than the first one.
All right.
2018
can I
was
say
gorgeous and eye candy.
All right. So not drastically. Let's let me fanboy for a second.
Now, come on, man. Xbox Series S right now is on Amazon for $90.
What does that have to do with the conversation? Moving on. Thank you.
So you have to send me one of those.
All right,
right
thank you for that. For $90.
I'm on it right now.
Put it on the back. Oh, wait, it's $90.
Send me that right now.
Wait, little
that
man
right
$99
now.
for the console.
Oh,
Yeah,
little
send me
man is
that right
$90.
now, Saul.
Right now, this we could actually have consoles to give away.
Oh yeah, get that Grados. When you get a chance. So look, no, Gary, finish your point because I was good. Because my thing is like
It's saying you save right now $222.
Bro,
One
like,
time payment right now.
y'all messy.
But I'm dead serious. I'm buying
No, I
it.
get it. My thing is, I get what y'all saying in comparison to last year to this year. All I'm saying is, what looked like that this year that's messing with this?
But we're
what
not
I'm saying.
comparing
What's-
it to other stuff. We're comparing it
to
its
itself,
predecessor.
and I get it. And all I'm saying is, it's a technical masterpiece.
Oh, apparently
the
it's a
way it
scammer selling it on Amazon.
Oh, never mind. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it, y'all.
Right now.
All I'm saying is, when I boot this joint
It says
up,
it got shipped from FDHTRA.
your money hustling hard. Don't do it, y'all.
Sorry, the stuff that's in your cart cannot be sold.
Oh, Amazon got it. All right, look. So, yeah, that's a scam, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I was in it though.
That's all I'm saying.
I tried to snatch 5 of them. They were like, nope.
It's like little man's loose.
Anonymous, let's
Little
go.
man's loose. All I this thing, man, it's just beautiful, man.
It's the best looking
It's
game
the
that's
best
been out this
looking
year.
Yeah, no
game that has
question.
come out this year. And like I said,
I'm not going that deep.
What look better than this?
You cap. That's a lot of cap.
Fraud alert. Okay, what look better than this year? What look better than this year for any system?
What you going for? Though?
What you no? Don't give me what you answer the question. Answer the question. What look better than this year?
Elden Ring look better than this.
Oh, we gonna fight.
I'm saying
Elden Ring look better than this.
I will say
graphically.
Hold on. I will say that there's certain aspects of Elden Ring that looks better, but overall, God of War blows Elden Ring out of the water.
Yeah, but you got to go from room to room. I could just jump on my.
Now it's about room to room. Oh, so now, okay, we do a hub versus overworld.
Yeah, that's right. Forget that hub world.
Oh, Playtale is an actual. Yeah, I think that's
let's
a
go,
good
man. Let's have this
competition.
Oh, you mean the 30 frames? 30 frames Playtale, that one?
I mean, just because the game runs like a PowerPoint don't mean it don't look good.
PlayStation 4 though. Hey,
who got they got the 120 in play? They got 120.
There ain't no 120 over there.
Oh, you got 120 over here.
It's 120 hertz.
It ain't running 120.
Look, I got a fair way out for PlayStation Nation today.
All right. But
hold on, real quick.
Good.
No, hold on. Let's end this conversation
The
right
fraud
now.
alert.
Let's end this conversation
go.
right now. Because Christopher Hart tagged me in comparison video.
Yeah.
Okay?
Get him.
So I don't know how because obviously some of these pictures can be doctored. I'm not saying they're
God
doctored,
got 2
Chris.
weapons.
All right, can you guys see it?
All right, yeah, we said that. Ooh!
So this has to be the new one.
God. Whoa. Good Lord.
Yeah, this is new God
Good
of War.
Lord. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
And
I
that's
said,
the old one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got better HDR.
Well, see, but then you got to look at concepts like this is a different region too. Like
Yeah,
there's
but
more stuff
Kratos'
going
nipple
on
looks
here.
better on the right.
Don't get me wrong. Like, all right, we gotta end. This is a stupid conversation.
go take the stage
At the end of the day, it doesn't go to the
solve.
crux of what the game is, right?
Okay, let's go.
This is it's gonna be it's gonna be improved. I'm not saying it's not improved. I was like,
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It just
when
doesn't look.
when you look
drastic.
at them, it isn't when you look at Last of Us Part 2 to Last of Us 1.
I get it, but you're right. So to the letter of the law, y'all right from the difference from 2018 to this is not substantial. What I'm saying is, but if 2018 raised the bar so high that dudes ain't catch up to this yet, and it still is the best looking joint, that's not their fault. You compare themselves to their own greatness. You know what I'm saying? You got to compare to what's the competition doing to get to this level. That's what I'm saying.
Here's one thing. Hold on. Let me say. I personally felt like Horizon Forbidden West.
There you go.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn was a beautiful game back then. And when you play Forbidden West, it's a noticeably different
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will never. Now, if someone would have said, yo, Carl, but Horizon Forbidden West, yo, and I ain't gonna front. That's great.
Yo, but I can't with you, man. Today, this dude took a sensu bean. He's strong as hell right now.
But no, we're not gonna do that, kid. Come on,
today, man.
Listen, I feel y'all. It's just the way y'all going in, though. Y'all going in like this is
got like 2 hours in.
Hold on. Before we go,
I got the least hours on the panel. I admit.
Let me interrupt.
Fraud alert on my hours.
Hey, Carl, you got to stop capping, Mike.
Let me interrupt for real quick. Let's answer one or two more questions.
Good.
How is the dual set features combat?
Any better?
Any better with it? Yes, they are actually pretty well done. But I turned them off. I think I turned them off. I just don't like that. Like, I pushed a button in the thing. I don't know if that actually turned it off, but it's just like I don't like having to fight my controller to use it. Like it makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Some of these questions are wild. I'm not answering them all, man. Someone said, where did Odin get batteries for his page? Then someone said someone said there was a lot of sitting around a table and eating and talking in the first 2 hours. Did that feel cringe to y'all, or is it just me?
That joint is crazy.
I love that. I love the conversation.
The lore building in this game was good. This is one of the.
Well, this is
one of the few games where I was walking. I was walking down, and then here's the thing: like in GodOfWarRagnarok, they're constantly talking. There's banter always.
Yes.
And what's funny is if you go into certain areas, the banter stops. I was finding myself, I'm not getting in the boat yet because I want to finish this banter.
The story.
I want to find out what they're talking about.
Okay. So COG is the only game you played there better again. What look better than that this year? Please put it. No, it don't. No, it don't. There's nothing EldenRing doing look better than this.
But it is two different types of games.
It's two different types of games.
So first of all, I play my games wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. So now that we got that out the way, I put all that DS buffer and all that other stuff real time on. My game is running very different.
Hold on, let me get them. Plague Tale Requiem looks phenomenal. It's 30 frames per second. Modern Warfare 2, yes, that looks great. I would say Modern Warfare 2 looks great. I'll give you that, Black Road.
I didn't play none of those games, especially Call of Duty. I
don't consider Modern Warfare 2.
But I think COD is another example of when you look at it. When you look at it, you have to really look deeply at that game and be like, okay, to see the differences. When you put them side by side, it plays like a COD game, right? So it's kind of the same thing here, where it's like you put them side by side. It really takes you got to take a moment to really care about.
All I'm saying is give them their graphical flowers. That's all I'm saying.
We got a situation.
What happened?
Free R. Kelly says, "Can I come on? I'll critique the hell out of the game objective." Look here, we have to vet people before we just randomly send invite. I'm not saying that you gonna come on here and say crazy stuff, R. Kelly. I'm saying I don't know if you're gonna say crazy stuff.
Stupid. Salute the kills. But no, that's it. But continue. I'll let y'all fist off.
Listen, it just at the end of the day.
Hold on, real quick.
Yo, Addict, you're killing me today. Really.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, King asked a question, said, "Why is called Captain?" All right, go.
Stop interrupting this off. Good, so.
I thought it was anonymous.
Snitched on you. Good.
At the end of the day, the graphics are the last thing you're gonna remember about this game. It's beautiful. You're gonna remember that. Fine, cool. Where I sit on the gameplay.
Okay, let's go.
Is ultimately the changes that were made from the first one to this one. that's where the DLC thing comes in and where it rings true, where there are improvements to combat, there are improvements to how you level up, but at the end of the day, it's more of the same. And that's not a bad thing. But it isn't transformative. It isn't. So, and then when you look at the narrative stuff is this. A lot of people come out, masterpiece, greatest of all time, comparisons to movies, like to some of the greatest movies of all time. No. It's just not. Like I enjoy the conversations between these characters because the conversations feel authentic, right? The cringe stuff, I get what R. Kelly's talking about and what King and Attic talking about, where it's like, yo, they don't feel like they belong in this time period. They're talking like they're from the hood or whatever. I get it 100%. 100%.
I like Thor, though. I like Thor.
But Thor is kind of that middle ground, right? He is that. Like he's gangster. He's gangster.
You the Kratos that did this, that.
Exactly. I love that about Thor. But those conversations, like there's later on, you'll see there's conversations between Atreus and Kratos where you see the rebelliousness and the teenager in Atreus, and he tries to talk to his dad like strong, and Kratos is like, who you think you're talking to? Like, who you think you're talking to? Like,
he does. He's like, it's like he addresses what Atreus is saying.
Crazy.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Your Sakiyeso solve is crazy.
He addresses what Atreus said. And then he said,
"Yeah, no, I don't care."
He addresses what Atreus said, and then he was like, "But don't you ever talk to me like that again."
And then he's like, "You understand?" And all you Atreus says, "Sir." He just says, "Sir."
It's noticeable from the first game, whereas he was a child growing.
The relationship changed, right?
Growing up into it, and Kratos is learning as a father. He has to give him a little bit more space because his natural curiosity as a child is going to take him in a direction where his father, his stepdaddy, is telling him he can't go. So his rebellious nature in learning his own boundaries is being seen through, and it was shown very early on when a certain event happened and he wasn't present at a point, and certain things had to be found out about.
You just said a spoilery thing, King. So
no, I just said certain events was present.
No. You said a spoilery before that.
All right, we're gonna act like we ain't here. So move on.
We're
gonna move on. No,
Sorry.
continue. So I'll finish up.
You said that.
We're gonna act like we ain't hear that. Continue.
So to me, it's just one of those things where it's a very, very good game. I am enjoying it, and much like the first one. It's one of those things I don't want to play anything else. I want to play it. I every time I'm thinking about playing it and finishing it and getting through the story and seeing what this conclusion is.
You're addicted to
it. For sure. I absolutely 100%
more of the same, but you can't stop playing it.
It is. I mean, it is popcorn. Blockbuster. It is the peak of like polish.
Not good as movies,
game.
but you peak of polish.
Acting like we was completely downplaying.
But I keep hearing
it just isn't. If you're gonna sit here and tell me that the dialogue in this game is better than Red Dead 2, you bugging.
Oh, that's what this is.
No, it's not even about that. You know what this is, Saul? He riding for that one, just one right now.
Listen, y'all know I'm hashtag just one. I am capping for hashtag just one.
Because I think gamers, I like gamers. Listen, we've improved considerably where we're at. In terms of narrative, we've leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
The problem is that when you create a narrative game, right? Then you are beholden to certain things of storytelling, right?
Absolutely.
Now, and the problem with that is in a game, that storytelling has to stop for the gameplay to happen, right? And if the pacing is a little bit off or whatever, it does a disservice to the narrative because you can get lost in like, the thing in games like when it's like, oh, the world's about to end, but I got to go find these 50 things before,
Fair enough.
And so this game still has that. And I love that minutia. I love finding the little things. And so far the side quest stuff that I found in this game is such that it's story related enough where it's interesting for me to do it. so all of that stuff is improved. I'm just saying, like, when I hear people out here like the greatest ever and this, that, and the other, it's
You're
just
not
like
there.
I'm not there.
So-
It's great,
Hold on,
but
I
it
got one
is
pushback.
it is derivative of itself. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And again,
fair enough. Oh, I feel everything you said. What I was my only pushback, because everything you're saying, I get. My only pushback is because you're saying the advancements of narrative in other games and where it has come. Do you think maybe you're being a little too hard, being the fact that it's Kratos, and let's be honest, he's not the most conversational guy. He's not you know what I'm saying? They have the limitations on the character tropes of who he is.
sure.
Right, so you're not going to get this crazy disposition.
No,
you know what I'm
they're
saying.
not.
From
But
that.
they have Mimir for that. They have
Right.
Atreus now for that, somewhat for
Yes,
that, right?
yes.
And I just think the best parts of conversation that I've seen happen in the boat, happen when little comments kind of just pop up,
Yeah.
and the stories start to flow. And those back and forths work, or the back and forths that I like between Kratos and Atreus, where Atreus is, you know, again, he's being a teenager and he's excitable about things, and Kratos trying to ground him, right? Kratos trying to ground him, but like, yo, man, you bugging here. Like, you can't, like, he running headfirst into things that could be dangerous. He's like, yo, you're not thinking straight.
Right.
And that stuff, as opposed to the overarching narrative, at least to the point where I am now, is more interesting.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay, I get that. That's fair.
So
Real
quick, 'cause-
IGN is over there calling it as good as Godfather 2.
yeah, so I did tag.
Chill.
I did tag a question.
Yes.
And I feel like we all could answer this.
Yeah, we
How
can
you
all
guys
answer this.
feel about opening being similar to 2008 openings? Slow start, heads to a house, fights some regular enemies. Someone makes an appearance, epic fight. First off, I want to ask, I like this question.
Yeah.
What do you think was better, this one or
okay.
2018? And there are a lot of similarities.
I'll let Ken go first.
First one.
Yep.
First
y'all
one.
like the
I'd
Baldur.
say first one, too.
Baldur fight.
So why y'all like
The
the stranger first?
Because you didn't know what the hell was
going
Yeah,
on.
because on here you kind of got a sense of what was going on. When I played 18 and this random dude knocks on the door, acts all strong, and I'm just like, dude, do you even know who you messing with?
And this little
to
skinny
really get beat up.
crackhead looking dude.
you really about to get dusted off. Let's dust this dude off. And the fact that he was taking shots and fighting back and breaking up the world, it was like, oh, who is this dude?
I mean, the judge's fine. I can't front. I like both.
This one, you already knew who that dude was. You already knew what power caliber he was in. You just wanted to see how it planned out. But this one, the first one, was more of a surprise, and it was more of a setup. It was more of a shock. This is more of the same, less of a shock.
Yes.
And this is why it comes off as DLC.
No, I don't think it's less of a shock. I do think
sorry.
that second fight is still good. I just think that the
no
surprise of that first fight
Right.
is what gave it the edge.
Okay, I see where y'all go. I mean, I can't really push back too much. I admit I am a fan of the second one more, but it's more so because of the names involved, right?
Yes.
And to your point, if there's no first one, then it's literally like they did take the trope and then they remixed the trope. Right. So I give you, I can't
Make
push
their
back.
own song.
Y'all argument is stronger than mine. This is Cog's personal bias because Cog likes when the
people
heavyweights
involved.
get down. Right, it's. I mean, besides the people involved. Shut up. What happened? Why are you laughing at me? What
Someone
happened?
super chatted, so they should have called it Gods in the Hood.
God's in the y'all stupid. Stop it.
Shout
You ain't doing
out
that.
to Shroom Kingdom
But
2000 chat. That was
for
his
me,
super chat.
It's such an epic matchup based on the names, right? Like King is saying. But to me, it's nothing more gangster and cold blooded than the parlay. When you got two people who could literally obliterate each other. Right, but we gonna try as G's to settle this and make an arrangement. So I like that portion of it. I know I call them hip hop Odin and all that. I get it, but
I guess the reason I disagree with you
Go ahead.
is I know the reason all that happened. So
Yeah,
I
you
guess
know you're
that's the
farther than
reason.
me, and you got way more context. I give you that, and you be like, "God, wait till you find out." Then you go on. That's gonna sour a lot. I get it. I'm just saying, for me, it just was like, man, like. I always wanted to see, and then Mjolnir and I'm like,
Yeah,
so
and
I'm
Jumbo
going-
Jungle.
And then I gotta be real. The reason why I still give it over or Ragnarok over that, just that part, is Thor was talking that talk.
Yeah.
You the fight me, my dude. Like you the dude that did this to the Suns? What? Like that?
He said it was luck. He said it was luck.
Yeah, he was like, you can't be serious. Now you get mad and show me.
It's like,
I'm
okay,
like,
so
oh,
listen,
whoa,
I hear what you saying,
whoa.
right? I hear what you're saying. That was built up over a period of time. You took 4 years
Facts.
to anticipate that fight, how this fight is gonna go down.
Facts.
So when they started it up and it wasn't right at that fight, first of all, I was like, what happened here? Wait, so and shout out to Sony for making me change my name. Making me start all over from
God.
Yeah. Put that in the chat, son.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna give that to y'all right now. I'm so pissed off with Sony that I lost my 2 games that I brought digital from them, and I should have never trusted them ever. But I did.
My friend lost like 40.
And I had
the same issues.
I had to change my name so y'all can see my name right now. Y'all can go add me right there.
Yeah, that Xbox lover Game Pass.
That's right. So it's not Xbox 360 lover 01 is Xbox lover Game Pass now.
I can't with you. You're that on PlayStation Network.
Get out there. I had no trophies. I had nothing. I'm back to
Yo, they gotta stop. They call it gods in the hood. Straight out of Ragnarok.
Yo, and that's what it felt like. It felt like when Odin came through, I thought something else, and then I saw Mr. Furley from Three's Company.
Oh, no, you hit with the Mr. Furley. No, you didn't.
Yeah, and Mr. Furley came in with the hip-hop presence. And he was like, well, B, you know
this
how
mess.
I feel we gonna sit down, we gonna have a
I give you
conversation, B. How we, you know,
it was
that's
very
my ex, that's my love, you know what I'm saying? I talk to my love about that, B. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, first of all, I said somebody's trolling the hell out of me right now. And then, yo, make it quick, B. Like,
all right, so
I can't do this, man.
Sorry. I give you the Odin portion. The Odin portion is a little different than the take on it. A little take on it.
You thought you had to look down at his feet to see if he was wearing Yeezys. I said, what's going on here? Like, what's happening? Who has infiltrated my game? Like, who touched my DLC? Like I said, did Suge touch my DLC?
I can't.
Nah,
messy.
Did y'all see Shuri wearing Yeezys?
Yeah. Oh man, y'all too funny. But anyway, so we got most of that out, and then I was gonna move into the main event. Unless we got more, we got our impressions out.
Let me answer some of these questions.
Go for it.
All right, so can he jump? No, Stitch. He
still can't jump.
You know he can't jump. That's just being
Clearly,
trolling.
You know that.
Stitch is messy. Shout out to Stitch. He messy.
Jay wants it. Isn't God of War 2018 like Infinity War and Ragnarok like in game? I think that's a decent analogy, but I don't think I feel like Infinity War was a way better game than 2018. I mean, movie than 2018. There's more build up. There's a lot more movies going to that. I think that the ideal is a fair analogy, but I don't think you can actually compare it like that. And then we will get one more.
Charles R says Power Book 5 God of War.
Now we in a rich big town.
This is the last
big
one.
Rich town.
It says, do y'all prefer the older style God of War games or the new ones? For example, God of War 3 is the GOAT. And to me, in Kratos is this rage-fueled Hulk. Hogan was literally went through the gods one by one. I prefer the older ones.
Yeah, that's my.
So, question. I added a question. Is there any moment? Is there a moment in this game where you feel it compares to the opening of God of War 3?
No, there's nothing in any God of Wars that compare to the opening.
And we'll
of God
say
of War
this,
3.
ask you without, because obviously you beat the game. You're one of the only people I know that's beat this game. This game is, what would you say, 25, 30 hours? How long did it take?
It took me 28 hours.
28 hours. Okay, so 28 hours.
Keep in mind, I did miss a lot of the side stuff. So, because here's the thing, I'll do the side stuff. There's conditions for me to do side activities. Okay, one, you gotta lure me up, you gotta butter me up to do your side
some
stuff.
hot weapon, some powerful.
You gotta be like a legendary weapon that we need to go get. something that makes me feel like I gotta go get this. All right,
Right.
they do a bad job in this game.
Mhm.
Second off, I have to be more interested in what the actual winnings of that mission are than the actual main story of the game. Because if I'm vibing with the main story more than I'm vibing with all that side chat stuff, I'm gonna go do that. I was so intertwined with the story of God of War Ragnarok, I didn't care about none of that side stuff.
But I will say this, and shout out to Gene Park on Feel Better Brother. He was supposed to be on today. We were supposed to have him, but he was not feeling. You know, Gene Park actually had in his review, he said that he gave Ragnarok some of the best side quests in game. And he said, get this, so if you were Witcher guy, he said the side quest in God of War Ragnarok have finally dethroned side quests in Witcher.
The Witcher.
It's got the ones I did do are good. I did do a couple. They're good. I think the only thing I missed from the 18 one is like the Valkyrie thing, where like there's things around the world that's like in-game content. Now there are some of that in this game, but I feel like those Valkyries. And what I really like before we move on is I like the fact that they acknowledge the first one. They acknowledge the original trilogy. Sometimes you'll be going out in the boat and they'll just be talking about stuff that happened in God of War 2. Yeah. And keep in mind, Mjolnir, like all these people in Norse mythology, they heard rumors of what happened with Kratos in God of War 1, 2, and 3. So when they're referring to the situation, it's like it's a fairy tale. It didn't happen. They're like, yo, did that really happen? That seems very far-fetched. He's like, no, it happened.
There's like a journal that you find, it's like journal entries, and somebody's like the Ashen God, and it talks about what he did. And it's like, and they're like, oh, he killed all these people. And they're like, nah, that ain't happening.
Free R. Kelly came for me. He said, don't disrespect the Witcher like that. I'm just telling you what Gene Park said. That's my biz. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so Kels, do you beat this already? I mean, it feels like he beat the game
Kels feel like he fall. He fall like he fall.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got nothing but time when you're behind both.
And I think
had to do it.
I think that is what this game excels at the most is building the lore, making you want to care what happens in the world. It's like I said, sometimes you just those random banters is better than anything going on in the story, and it's a lot about nostalgia, obviously. Like when there's a time in the game where they're talking about something that happens in God of War 2, and I'm sitting there smiling, like, I remember that.
And I think what makes it work for them also is the fact that it's not an open world. It is what
I love about hub.
Not an open world.
What is it?
It's like a hub world.
It's
linear wide is what they call it.
It's like squeeze into this area, kill these animals.
Linear wide,
Squeeze
into this area.
Because the thing is, an open world,
do this puzzle. Squeeze into this area, kill these animals.
Somebody online was like,
I don't like how kids say that.
God. No, because I mean, somebody online, and this is fair so far. So what I played, they're like 95% God of puzzles and 5% God of War.
If you're not squeezing into a tiny space, you're
fighting
like
something,
lowering under something. Like there's a lot of panning going on in this. And what's funny is I saw Erica. She said, I played 9 hours and I think I've actually had combat for an hour and a half to 2. Like something like that. It's kind of funny.
Everything is puzzle based. But everything is puzzle based, right, Addict? Like everything.
Axe, pull that down, grab that gold, take it over to the trolls.
You know what's funny?
Level up your weapon, squeeze into this area, fight these random murphys.
I will say this. When it comes to like the puzzles in God of War Ragnarok, they're like, it's like they're sitting in a room. They're like, we really liked making those puzzles in God of War 18. They were easy. They didn't take much time. They're like, we got to do something different. Let's just add one thing to it. Let's use those exact puzzles and do something different. And it's crazy. It's like half the game, it's the exact same puzzles. And then they put another mechanic in it to make them slightly harder, but it's not really harder. It's just like press X.
I've heard a lot of people
laughing.
I've heard a lot of people complaining about the fact that Atreus and Mimir give you the hints.
I ain't go for
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, I don't care, and I used to care about stuff like that. I don't care anymore. So I walk into a room, they're like, yeah, maybe you should do that. Bet, no doubt.
I got you. My man.
I'm not that way. I'll walk up there and they'll be like, yo, I need this hammer. I'm like, go get it then.
Before we switch over, actually, Solve just made me think about it. So there's a very controversial thing going on. Shout out to BG Weber Will. There's a controversial thing going on about the accessibility aspects and in reference to trophies. right? So, from my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Addict, is that if you choose the higher difficulty trophies,
There's no
difference as far as like when you end the game.
wasn't-
Nothing says that you ended at this difficulty, and
I think-
that seems to be a little bit of a controversy.
If I remember correctly, there wasn't a trophy in the first God of War 18. Either.
Right.
There
I'm gonna go
wasn't a
put it on
difficulty
super
trophy.
easy.
It seems.
yeah,
it
and then,
seems
like,
like
nothing's gonna snitch you out. Like nothing.
it
don't
seems
care.
like
Yeah.
Sony is going a little bit more with the let's broaden our horizons to have as many people do trophies as possible.
Casuals, that's right.
And I don't mind that mindset, but it's just like at the same time, like, why would you put these difficulties in a game when there's literally nothing? Like you're giving nothing for beating these things. And God of War on 18, I played on the one before it, but God of War on 18 particularly, that was annoying.
Right.
And I think that's a gray area. It's
I
a tough,
think that's a genius move.
but it's
You
a
know?
tough space to navigate because it's like
All these
got
dudes that want their trophies now, I got the same trophies you do,
it-
but I
it's
didn't do it like you.
it's a tough space to navigate because it's just like people who are not accessible to these type of games, you know, people are disabled, they can't play
Yeah.
these games. Should they not have access to all the trophies?
Mm.
Part of me is like, you don't have to have all the trophies. And then the other part of me is like,
Yeah.
why? I don't know. It's
I
just
get you.
why.
I'll
why
say the
limit
controversial.
getting trophies?
I'll say I'll die on my sword. Look, I'm all about accessibility options. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna fight that fight, and for the existence to be there. But I am tied to developer choice, and I am tied to however the developer wants to handle his game, whether it be difficulty or whatever. And it was funny is I'm not even a Souls guy. Like I'm the guy that actually need the help in Souls games. So you know, for me to champion for From to say, hey, we're gonna keep it this way. We're not giving you no because like God, if you look at Ragnarok's accessibility options, you can literally turn off the puzzles. You can make this and the most easiest experience is just pure story if you choose. I'm cool with that. I will admit, I am bothered by the trophy aspect because there's one thing to
And
let
keep in
everybody
mind, they
play.
haven't been doing it with their games at all lately. Like
Facts.
Last of Us Part 2, I don't think
Right.
had one.
And I get it. This is the direction they chose.
Oh.
They have the only thing I do feel a little bit away if someone picks the hardest difficulty and when they end it, there's no recognition of that on a trophy level. I do feel that though they should get something. That's just where I'm
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be
It's
how
actually-
you feel inside.
I can't.
It's actually worse.
What's up?
Because God Last of Us Part 1, the original one had difficulties for every trophy, for every difficulty. And when they remade it, to my knowledge, because I didn't buy that,
right.
they took all of that out. Like there's
Yeah.
no trophies for difficulties. And
That's all.
like it's like I said,
you
it's a
ain't
gray
special.
area because
Yeah.
like at the same time, I want everyone to have access to it, but it's like, are you literally going to give no one rewards
Rewarding
that
for
actually
doing-
like
Yeah,
trophies?
that's all I'm saying.
Maybe?
Nah,
That's
just
all.
hold that inside yourself and roll with that yourself.
I can't.
Feel it with yourself.
Look, I know it's a controversial
They're
thing.
personal accomplishments, so personally,
I
keep
can't.
that
No,
inside.
So what happens if you gave them the accessibility options,
Mhm.
but you let them take it to those higher difficulties? Because I feel like, but then we have a section of the internet that's going to use these trophies to attack people.
Right. That's right. We
so-
take that away.
So part of me feels like the majority of people that actually want it. I don't care about that stuff. I play everything on neither normal or the one. If I'm very familiar with the formula of your game, I'll play it on the one before the last.
Right.
Never
I'm about
play
to put it
anything on the
super
last
easy right
difficulty.
Right.
And part of me is like the only real reason that you would realistically want these trophies to be mad hard to get is if you want to use them to validate them and to attack people that didn't do it.
Right.
Because to me, if you're a trophy hunter, you don't want none of that nonsense. You want the easiest trophies you could possibly get. So it's
But
just like
there is that sense of accomplishment as
Kels is
Kels
on
is going
fire.
in. Yeah,
Kels is on
as a
fire.
person that is highly skilled to say, hey, I did this very hard
but
thing,
shouldn't
right?
be able to say that is enough. I feel like the only reason you want the trophy is because
It's
you want to say,
validation.
I got it.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
validation.
didn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's validation of skill level. There's no doubt. But where I counter is that I say it's for the people who say people access. My thing is, I thought the issue was that you weren't able to even attempt these games in the first place. So we're making it so that you could get in. No one's gonna be excluded from playing a difficult game. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was the fight, and I'm all for that. I want everybody that could play. You know what I'm saying?
You just think it's going too far. It's like leaking into the trophies, the difficulty.
Yeah, I just want the guys who now everyone's included. Everyone's at the door. Everyone can play. Right. We got to the level that we wanted to get. There's no one that is not allowed to play this game at a highest difficulty. All I'm saying is for the people who do put in that difficulty, I do feel there should be some acknowledgement of the completion at that difficulty. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I remember I can't remember. I think you got a shield if you beat God of War 18 on
something.
God
Thank you. Perfect.
So they
perfect
did do
thing.
something in the original
perfect
one.
thing. Like whether it be the armor color, emblem, even Destiny does stuff like that. You get it exactly just something to show that person did that, because it is an accomplishment. We don't want to minimize that. Sorry.
I remember there'd be times where I'd be in the Discord with like BG in them, and they'd be talking about this. And I think it's a shield. If I remember correctly, it's a shield. And I would just hear BG be like, "Show me that shield, then, Bora. Show me that shield, then. Make sure you beat that game on God of War."
No doubt. Well, look, we go along with this, and let's get the super chats, and then we get to the main event, because I want to transition right to the main event.
He just wants to talk down on EldenRing. That's all he thought about.
There's no conversation of besmirching that name.
You don't know what I'm going to say. I just want to talk about stuff.
Man.
Y'all nervous? Y'all nervous?
Nah, not at all.
You okay?
You and hip hop Odin, you understand?
So look at the super chat. We move to the main event.
You know what's funny is we having that conversation. We in there, and Carl comes in, man. We got a problem, but we have a solution. We got a solution. And I just stand up and like, no.
Yeah. That was that was the joke. That was the joke. Good song.
All right, Apollo Cooper, $2 super chat. Odin even said no cap in the game.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say that, man. He said stop capping, Thor.
Then we got Spartan Go 17, $5 super chat. Corey Barlog wasn't on the writing tip. That's why anytime they put Ragnarok in a title, it ends up being mid. Though Ragnarok was trash. Okay. And we got Free R. Kelly, $5 super chat. And one last thing, this was built for PS4. This is not next gen. I played on PS5, and the whole time I'm wondering, when am I going to see next gen ish?
Yep. So, I said that the whole time. I'm looking at my PlayStation 5 like, and you breathing hard over there, big boy?
You listening to the fan? Yo, you stupid.
This is crazy. All right, so I'm putting a poll in the chat for you guys.
All right.
Ooh. Come on. Come on. That's so biased. Godly Ring. The other game. Y'all messy.
All right, hold on.
I'm going to take it down. That was a joke. I'm going to take it. I'll do it.
I already voted at it then.
Me too. You guys are going to have to vote again.
Messy.
We got Simon McKenzie, $5. Which Ragnarok was good, but I think it's time for Xbox to take over next year. Change the narrative completely.
Change the narrative. Xbox got to get in there.
Let me see. Free R. Kelly, $2 super chat. My ex. If you know, you know. Yes,
I know, right?
Odin did say my ex.
My ex. I get my. What, buddy? Really?
Mm-hmm. Then we got Free R. Kelly, $2 super chat. They're subverting expectations for no reason. Okay, and we got Pato Cooper again, $2 super chat. What's up with Thor calling Atreus a bing bong? I don't know.
Yo,
bing bong.
Yeah,
wait, he did the bing bong.
You
wait,
really
no,
wasn't listening to the whole joint.
He said bing bong like New York.
You don't remember when he did like this? He was like.
Yo,
what's up, bitch?
King, this is what was going on during all that time. They sit there talking. Cog is like, man, look at that act. That looks so clean. Like,
it looked amazing.
Cog wasn't paying attention to the conversation.
I just don't remember the bing bong part. My bad. I missed
Thor
it.
said, bing bong. Get him out of here, bing bong.
Get him out of here. Yo, I can't.
Oda said, yo, don't take too long. Bing bong. Bing bong.
Yo,
who's at the door? Bing bong is
I can't. Time on King. He ain't go like that.
We got Space 20 BKY $20 with us. So do every Forza Horizon game feel like DLC?
Yeah.
Ooh.
In a sense, yes. They're all
it is.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad.
It's
not a bad
because
thing.
you go to different cities. That's all you're looking for is a different city, but graphically it goes up little by little.
Hey, but
Now,
where's the
I do feel DLC is slander though. I think the
Realistically,
connotation of DLC
it's
is
disrespectful.
It's
It's
disrespectful. It's not
But
in
then
a
how many
positive
games?
light.
But how many DLCs for games turned into their own separate product? Where it's like, no, it's too big to be a DLC. We're gonna switch it up and make it a full release on its own. So I mean, I'm sure some of the stuff in this game maybe would have been in the first game.
Yeah,
A lot of negative connotation.
Asgard.
Bing bong.
There we go.
Yo, I'm done. Continue.
This is the $2
Somebody,
super
Mr.
chat.
Nichols said, "Wow, my super chat not read." Mr. Nichols is upset. We missed him.
Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Nichols was cool.
No, I have it here. Just
okay.
relax, Mr.
Oh,
Nichols.
we didn't get to it. He
Don't worry,
answered. We got you, Mr. Nichols.
This is the $2 super chat for Space Dover King. The Series S is $90 right now. You almost got us all fronted out. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Then we got E Kim, $2 super chat. Y'all capping every sequel is DLC. Then by that logic,
Okay, what's the problem? Why does me calling this game DLC affect you in a manner? And you got to look at it. You got to look at it real hard. You want it to be its own little boy so bad. It's a real boy. It's a real boy. It's real DLC. And one dude said, "You can't say that, King. I paid for it. It's whatever I want it to be."
It's your opinion.
exactly. You can paint the narrative how you want. That's fine.
We good?
And we got Platano J, member for 1 year, $2 super chat. Guess look at Lord God of War is 8 for me.
Okay.
It's an 8 for him.
It's 8. 8 is good.
Level 8 DLC.
Then we got Free R. Kelly, $10 super chat. Let's keep it a stack. This is a PS4 game. The new realms are 2 realms at best. Every other realm is old assets. Even the final realm is just an endgame one-time realm. This should have been PS5 only.
Okay.
He's not entirely
they're not-
wrong there. Like,
they're
we
not
did
cutting
go to
that money
other
off.
realms, but it was very limited. I will say that
He's
some
not
of the
cutting
newer
that
things was
money
limited.
off.
It's not going to be PS5 only. There's 150 million PlayStation 4.
There's only 120.
And this game is selling well. It wouldn't have sold well if it was on.
It's 150 million out there.
This
This
game-
120 messed up play.
This game is selling well too. It wouldn't have sold like that if it was
Speak-
only
speaking
on
of
the
sales,
PlayStation 5.
yeah. It was already the biggest launch in the franchise history in UK. It'll be the fourth number 1 for the series. Continue, sir.
Mr. Nichols, $5 super chat. Guardians of the Galaxy look better and do a comparison. They got better gameplay. I don't know.
Oh, say he got better gameplay.
Cog, you finished Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's only
he said-
116 million sold, sir.
He says Guardians looks better in comparison and it has better gameplay.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians look good, but it don't look better than there. Guardians
Yeah,
look good.
It look good in spots.
It look good in spots.
You talk about 2 different games though.
I mean, it's still just
It
one.
has more characters on screen, more banter. You had 2 different formulas, 2 different games. You can't judge those
Time.
by the
I
same.
mean, it's always going to be that, right? It's always apples to oranges, kind of, because they're all different products.
I feel good with the God of War, but I think it looks
the best comparison is 2018 to this one.
Yeah.
That's really the
That's
best
it.
comparison you can make.
Good
So, AKW, £5 super chat. A Plague Tale Requiem had a better story than God of War, but I just want to say have a great show, Lords. One of the best not an Xbox podcasts.
Look, we talk about PlayStation game. Dudes is playing this bad. No, he's not. No, salute.
The Shroom Kingdom, Gods in the Hood. Thank you, sir. That was fantastic. Then we got Metro Knight, $5 super chat. God of War only looks slightly better if you're on performance, to be honest. If you favor fidelity, only Horizon Forbidden West is touching it. Would you say Gears is DLC? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Hive Breakers is literally
Hive
DLC.
Hive Busters is literally.
Hive Busters is definitely DLC.
That's
And-
definitely
and-
DLC.
And I'm sorry, I'm not playing it on fidelity and playing at 30 FPS.
I feel
It's
that.
not
I
doing
feel
it.
that. I feel
Yeah, I'm playing more on performance.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Spartan Ghost,
Mr. Nichols says
£2 super
thanks,
chat.
guys. He said thanks, guys. We got it.
Thank you, very
We
much.
got you,
Got
Mr.
you,
Nichols.
man.
We got you, bro.
Mr. Nichols.
Spartan Ghost 217, £2 super chat. Odin was 2 steps from saying, "Where your shorty at?"
Like, I remember you, boo. Like,
I
what?
can't.
So Free R. Kelly again, $10 super chat. God of War Ragnarok fails because Odin and Thor was subverted. Baldur was a good villain because the player wasn't forced to empathize with him. You could, but you weren't forced. Thor and Odin were underwhelming.
Okay.
Too early to tell.
I'm still processing the game, right? And I can't say what he's saying is wrong
Mhm.
because it's subjective, but he's right in a sense. The bolder aspect of it is
Break it down.
we could have cared for him or we didn't have to. We can care for his moms.
Right. The mom
Right,
situation.
because
crazy.
the mom's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's just don't kill my baby. Whatever it is just don't kill my baby type of thing. So we can feel for her pain. I thought Boulder had a bigger claim for fighting him, and they seemed so evenly matched. But the only thing that gave Kratos the edge was his weaponry.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So then when he fights this individual, the weaponry seems a little bit even.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel that we were taken by surprise, and
Yeah,
I
the
think
newness,
ACG
yeah.
said that best. That
The ACG said.
he thinks that the next one, when he was on the show with us,
Yeah.
because this is before it came out,
Right.
because I didn't watch his review yet because I didn't play the game and I just don't want it to be spoiled for me.
I feel that.
But he felt that we won't be surprised like we was from the first one, and I think that's what's transpiring now. So I think a lot of people went into this with different expectations, and the expectations was too high, but then they got it and it was just like, oh, it's just like more of the same, but a little bit better. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're struggling with that part of it.
Yeah, because that's not a bad thing. Like we said a million
No,
times,
it's
it's not a
not.
bad thing, but you're not going to relive those moments of when you first saw the other one
Right.
playing. You're like, wow, they really changed God of War. Like you're just not going to feel that again. It's just,
Fair enough. I mean, I think Jasper was the same.
As far as like Odin and Thor, if they were like underwhelming, I say yeah, they were. Especially once you like beat the game, you realize there's a lot of missed opportunities that would have been very epic, but they I don't know, maybe they ran out of budget.
No, I defer to you there. You're the one that finished it, so you know where this thing goes. So,
But it was still a good game. Like people, what's funny is all they're going to say is people are going to see Addict talking this negative, Addict talking that negative, but they don't talk about when I talk positive about the game. It's like I really enjoy God of War, and you know I went into huge detail in my review. Keep in mind that we'll be going live
at
the
this
show.
podcast.
So you know, stay around for that. I'm not going to really talk too much more about it.
No doubt. Solve some chats. We're still good.
Spartan Go 17, £2 super chat. Addict saying that God of War got thrift shop mechanics. Damn, I don't know.
It's just the puzzles I felt like could have been broad and more. They could have fixed it up a little bit more. That's all. Like they weren't bad, but you know, especially what Erica said, between the panning out left and right, the cut scenes and the puzzles, there is a lot less time you actually are fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shroom Kingdom, once again, $2 super chat. Another movie reference. Get Odin to die trying.
Yo.
I got free R. Kelly, $5 super chat. Beat it on Give Me God of War mode, and this isn't a spoiler, but this game has checkpoints on bosses. This is blasphemy. Elden Ring would never.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does have check. But look, I ain't gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you.
You needed a chip?
There was one particular fight where I died. And I'm like, man, I got to start over. And then when I saw that health down a little bit,
You was like, yeah.
okay.
You was like,
Yeah. No. I was, listen, like I said, I don't mind any of this stuff. I'm getting old. The reflexes aren't the same.
He was good with the accessibility there.
Yeah, when the trans is like, yeah, it's over there. Bet. Thanks, son.
Shout out to
no doubt.
Shout out to Jay snitching. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying?
I think they do that with this one. Because it's just not PlayStation 5 only, and you can't call up those squares. You know they had the Help Me Howard squares.
Yeah.
So and the PlayStation 4 can't do the Help Me Howard squares.
Yeah.
So
and not to mention, they tell you when you should dodge. They tell you.
Oh
when
yeah,
you
they got
should parry.
the outline.
They even
now that was in the first
tell-
one though, right? Mimir calling out the.
He's behind you,
but
brother.
I don't no, like I'm talking about the visual aid that happens. Like, I don't remember.
I think the arrow was there. The arrow was there too.
Maybe I'm wrong because it's been so long since I played that game like real from beginning to end. But I don't remember them telling me when they're grabbing, like when I have to, when they're about to do like a grab move. Like,
brother, he's about to grab your leg, brother.
Because when it shows up blue, you have to use the shield. I don't remember that. Like maybe the yellow one and white and red one was that. I think those.
Watch
were
out for the fire, brother.
Now, I made it more difficult for myself because I got I got the parry shield. You know me and the parries, right? So the parry shield is considerably harder than the regular shield because the parry shield is literally for parrying. It's not, you can't really sit there and absorb damage like a regular shield. You got to parry, and then you got a double hit where you can like shove them with the shield. But beyond that, it's you got to be on point with the blocking and the
He sound like the dude from Destiny. I'll make you rich, brother.
Move it on. Get the super chats on. We gotta finish this super chat.
Then we got Free R. Kelly again, $5 super chat. I'm hurt. God of War is dead. This game is a journalist's wet dream. I don't want to watch a movie. I want to kill gods. I mean,
he's really hurt. He sound like he don't even like when they went to 2018 because that's a huge. That's literally where the directional shift went, right? From 2018. Yeah. I mean, it's some people
they thought it was going to do a comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
Some people who are fans of the original may struggle with. I understand that mindset. I mean,
all right, continue.
Tai Casares, $3 super chat. Top 3 gaming studios and why? That's a long answer.
I'm not going to give you 3. I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1.
My Obsidian, Respawn, Bungie. Continue.
I can give you 3. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
Stupid. Solve quick.
Rockstar.
What else? That's it?
I mean, Rockstar.
Okay, Rockstar is what it is. Continue. Move it
on. Flame, $5 super chat. Wait, Thor and Odin are in God of War Ragnarok? Spoilers. Kidding.
Man, well, they had it was in the market material, Flame.
Exactly. Kidding. Since I'm an Xbox, I'll be there. I'll be the one to die in a sword. More like God of War. Ooh.
Did you have it, sir? Fraud alert on Flames. You got it.
Just fanning the flames.
Fanning the flames with the flame.
Then we got Ty Casares, $2 super chat. Thanks for the great content, Lord. Iron Lords, thank you, sir.
Salute.
Appreciate that.
No doubt.
Metro Knight, $5 super chat. Elden Ring is going to win Game of the Year because many people enjoyed it. Games don't need to have the best graphics or story to win. Sifu is my Game of the Year. Sifu, baby.
Fire. All right, so that's the perfect transition, right? We caught up?
Transition.
All right, transition. All right, so this is it, y'all. You know we're here for that main event talk.
Look how hyped he is for this topic.
The Doctor 63, $5 super chat. Can we move on and talk about God of War taking the silver medal of Elden Ring? We're about to. We're about to.
Yo, hold on, real quick. Next week, because they're announcing the nominations.
Yes,
tomorrow.
we're doing
Next week we need to do the nominations.
Cry your Lord returns. Gotta stop Saul.
Ain't happening.
Gotta destroy Saul. I gotta get my first belt. I ain't never won. But anyway, so look.
It's a big offer on your side.
You know what I feel like we should do? One of us should vote everything Saul does, and the other one should vote everything
you can't.
Saul
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's how y'all would. I think y'all was like, whatever Saul doing, we doing, and y'all ended up doing it. And Saul like outthrowing himself and pick something else.
Yeah, you know when you overanalyze something, like damn it.
So here we go, y'all. So this is the talk, man. You know, Ragnarok is out in these streets, highly rated, critically acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? The Metacritic is popping out here. But there was this game at the top of the year. Dominated the zeitgeist. From Software took the sold formula in the open world. So we know the Keighley's are about to be announced. He just said that the Game of the Year Awards is coming. And this is the talk, you know, and I just wanted to set it up because I'll be honest. And I know I'm not a Souls guy, yes. But I know what Elden Ring did, right? And Elden Ring was so dominant that, to be honest, I didn't think anything could even remotely be in the conversation.
I'm with you.
We knew God of War Ragnarok was coming. But for me to even say, I was like, okay, now I don't want to feed into the DLC talk, but for me to be like, okay, it's probably going to be good, but is it going to be what Elden Ring did, right? And this is the discussion. So I want to start with Attic first because obviously you've beaten both games, you know, which is an extraordinary feat. You know, what you call is extremely long. You know, I
have like over 100 hours in Elden Ring.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So Elden Ring now complete. You just beat God of War Ragnarok. What you got, man? You are the person to ask.
I think it is gonna be close. But I would say 60-40 Elden Ring. But I wouldn't be surprised. Here's my thing, like,
let's go.
I'm not mad if either one wins. I feel like both games are the Game of the Year deserving. I'm concerned because Elden Ring came out so long ago. Recency. I think that because it's hard to like remember how you felt when you played Elden Ring at the beginning of the year, when you literally are voting 2 or 3 weeks after you play God of War. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about. But I do think Elden Ring is the overall better game, but not by much. God of War is a very appealing game, and I would not be surprised that God of War snatches it. Part of me wants Elden Ring to win just so I could see the PlayStation fanboys melt on Twitter.
So what is it about Elden Ring that gives it the edge to you? What is it that puts it over the hump?
I think it's the freedom. People love that freedom. You know, when you give people and I do think there's the illusion of freedom, because most of the places you go in Elden Ring, you're going to get clapped. But I do think that just because you can go to those areas and, you know, maybe get you certain aspects of the game that you wouldn't normally have access to, like God of War, you have a little bit of freedom, but Elden Ring, you can start that game, you can play exactly how you want to play. God of War, you have different variety of fighting styles, but for the most part, you're going to use one of the I almost spoiled something. You're going to use one of the weapons.
Careful.
So, you know, but Elden Ring, it's got replayability, and I'm not saying God of War doesn't, but I do feel like I beat God of War, I beat a lot of the in-game bosses, and I feel like I'm done. Like, I don't know if I'll go back to it. So Elden Ring, I played as a mage. I'm like, man, I wonder what's gonna be like playing as this character. I played that like 5 times over.
Replayability.
It's a lot of replayability, but God of War, that narrative and focus is hard to beat. Because they did it very well. There's a lot of different incidences in God of War where I was hyped. And I felt that in Elden Ring, but a different degree. And I'm just curious to find out how the people actually voting is going to do it.
Now, my last question before we move on is the thing that most people feel maybe God of War really could challenge is narrative. And one of the, let's say, nitpicks of Elden Ring is that maybe the narrative isn't the strongest. So, like, do you...
The narrative...
Okay.
The narrative is strong in Elden Ring. It's just not told like God of War's narrative is told. And I think that God of War's narrative is told a lot more to a broader audience because Elden Ring is there. It's just you got to go look for it, you know. And I know relatively the aspects to the Elden Ring. It's, you know... And Elden Ring, it's really about man, I already forgot her name. It's like the little witch. Like, she's the center of all of Elden Ring. Like, pretty much everything is going on because of her. God of War, they tell you the story as it's going on. In Elden Ring, like, a lot of the key components that happen in Elden Ring happen before the game even took place. And that is where a lot of the narrative is. Rana, that's what it is. So it's just like, look, I think it could go either way. I do. I honestly do think it could go either way. Okay,
last question, shout out to Duke, which I was going to ask, is he said he's not big on these cinematic experience games. They sacrifice too much gameplay for the cinematics. Do you feel that's the case with Ragnarok in comparison to the Elden Ring situation? Or is that overblown?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that's overblown. I think that they gave you the game and the features and how the game played exactly how they intended it to play. I think that you could blame the hardware more than you can blame like the art direction and how great the game looks, because Elden Ring looks good in a lot of aspects, and they were able to do a lot of different things with what they have. And I'm convinced if it was just a PS5 game, you would have got a more graphically demanding game than you did. But the problem is they can't rebuild something when it was already built on something else. It was already built on the PlayStation 4 and most likely ported over and enhanced on the PlayStation 5 dev kits. So that's what the culprit is. It's not the direction and how the graphics look.
Who's the culprit?
It's the PlayStation 4.
They holding them back.
It's not Little Man this time.
Not Little Man.
Little Man safe. Little Man has been marked safe. You know how you do that in Facebook?
There's a little man free zone.
It'd be like, who survived the phrase? Little Man is marked safe.
Someone did ask a question, and I think King would like this question.
Go ahead.
I just ended the question, but I remember this one. King, when do you think that PC version of Ragnarok's coming out?
6 months.
Damn, that's quick.
6 months.
I think
shout out to Herm Herm said 6 months to a year. This is how we do it.
I'm actually with him a little bit. I think it will come out like the end of next year, maybe a little bit more than 6 months, like 9. But I think it will be out next year for some reason. I think
if it ain't win Game of the Year this year, it's gonna win it next year on PC.
Yo, 589 in the chat, man. We having some fun. Hit that like button, man. Wipe your feet when you come in the house. We having some fun. You know what I'm saying? Good discussion.
Share that out. Let your
Share
friends
it
know.
out. Exactly. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.
Get somebody this DLC.
Yo, you stupid. So let's I mean, obviously the rest of us, you know, have the full picture that Addict has, but just your initial feel. What's the feel like, Sav? Like, what is looking with this Game of the Year situation? How's it feeling to Sav?
It feels like it's gonna be a whole lot of 2018 energy again, but I think it's gonna be in reverse this time.
You doing that?
I think they're gonna try to give as many other awards to God of War as possible, and they're gonna give Game of the Year to Elden Ring.
You know what would be crazy, Saul?
Unlike the travesty that happened in 2018.
Oh,
you know what would be? Hold on,
wait, hold on. I can't let Saul get off that with that. Time or something. What travesty happened in 2018, Saul?
My game ran roughshod through all the awards. And the Game of the Year, they were like, "Oh, but Cory Barlog is crying."
That is a good question. That I do want to point that out.
This is payback for Red Dead.
I do want to point that out. How do you realistically win every award but not Game of the Year?
Not Game of the Year.
But what happens if Elden Ring sweeps the whole reward? So God of War gets a couple and not all of them.
And it could happen. It could happen as well, and that would be. I would think that's just as well. But to be honest, like 100%, like I think it's Elden Ring, because what Addict pointed out, I think Elden Ring, they took a formula that is niche. A niche formula that has its supporters, it has a big crowd of people that love those games, but it is very it had always been a niche thing. Not even Bloodborne that people love or whatever, that it was a PS exclusive, PS4 exclusive. Not even that could bring more people, and it was more action oriented, right? It was much more action oriented. Not even that could bring the amount of people that Elden Ring brought in, for the simple fact that they turned those games into an open world sandbox, essentially, and told you, okay, if you go this direction, you might get wiped. But if you go the other direction, maybe you won't. Maybe you can grind a little bit and go back to
or
where
you can die in both directions.
Right, or you can die in both directions, right? But either way, the choice and the openness of you to be able to be like, okay. Because if you play Dark Souls, if you reach a certain point and you can't get past it,
you're done.
Tough.
Yeah, you're done.
Get good. Yeah. Get good. Go back and grind. Go back and grind. And it does give you that, right? It gives you the ability to grind and just kind of brute force your way through certain things after a certain point, even if you don't have the skill to beat it, you may be just powerful enough to beat something. But there's a level of grinding there that is just repeating the same things over and over again. Whereas Elden Ring allows you to do that, but kind of go wherever you want and figure out what you want to fight. And then the thing about Elden Ring is that world, bro, you will find stuff in that world. You're like, what the hell? Like, you know, when I heard about like an underworld, a complete different underworld that existed, and some like it.
The map just kept opening up.
Exactly, it just opening up, and to me, that's where when I think about next gen gameplay and the things I want to see, I've always talked about I want more density in my games. I want the AI to be crazy. I want the worlds to be truly explorable, right? To me, Elden Ring did that, and it did it in a way that again brought in people that never in their life would think about playing this type of game.
King was playing Souls games. I can't.
Don't take my joint. Don't leave me.
Oh, my bad.
But
I do feel, just real quick, I do feel like social media presence and YouTube presence was way bigger in Elden Ring. Like, it was to the point where I had big YouTubers like, if you ain't gonna make an Elden Ring video, don't even make a video.
They bullied me into playing the game. I wasn't even gonna play. I was like, nah, I'm good. I know what I like and what I. They was like, nah, we got to see. You got to see. Like I was like, damn. Like people love this game so much that my insistence to stay out of it was bothering them. That they had to get me in. But I just had to finish up. So I'm sorry.
So I mean, to me, it's Elden Ring. But to be honest, I'm gonna be messy.
Oh,
If something like Vampire Survivors win, I will laugh my ass off.
you gonna laugh. You gonna like my final question on this.
Because when you talk about gaming, just gaming, the pure sort of dopamine hit of like one more. That's the epitome of that, right? I understand Addict doesn't like it for his reasons, and that's totally valid.
Yeah.
But to me, something like that small to win because of what it represents as a pure gaming thing.
I'm gonna be pissed if that wins. I ain't gonna leave.
Wait, you gonna be pissed if Elden Ring wins? Or be some sideshow?
He said a vampire.
We gonna get.
I'd rather have Tetris 4D win that.
Oh man, finish up.
But yeah, to me, if we're picking between these two, it's Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring moved things forward in a way that because God of War just gave you more of the same. And again, and I'm not taking away from that. That game is the perfect example of what you do when you polish something to a perfect
and they
shine.
listen to the feedback. Yes,
and they listen to the feedback because that's one thing we didn't say, right?
We didn't say that.
I saw one troll in this game, and the troll got killed in a cutscene, and I haven't seen another troll since.
That was Addict's greatest argument. You know what I'm saying?
And now
they did a really good job on
They
that.
did a good job. They did a good job.
Yeah. So yeah. No, again, God of War is great. I don't think if it gets Game of the Year, it to me is going to be disappointing. You got to step back and look at how media perceives things at that point.
Bias? Or is it recency media?
It's just not even recency bias. Not even recency bias, because I think Elden Ring was it's such a big zeitgeist thing. It's hard to forget that, right? Even if it was in February, January, whenever it was. I just think like
March.
Was it March? It was March.
March.
There you go. So it just feels like if you have to be willing to criticize the things that you really love.
What is he doing? Oh, King turned his camera off. Go ahead.
Here we go.
There we go. Continue.
I just think there's an unwillingness to be super critical.
Yeah.
Shout out to the IGN in Korea. There's an unwillingness to be super critical of things that have like. You know, you look at God of War, you're like, this game is perfect. Like it's polished. There's nothing wrong with it. No bugs. None of this, that, the other. And people immediately equate that with perfection or masterpiece. And that those things can be mutually exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, so I just don't like a lot of the like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen and done. It's like, come on, like, it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but let's. If the job is to criticize, then your job is to nitpick and pick at it.
So just to
ask you real quick
before Butt goes wild.
Yeah. That's what I was
how
wasn't
do you
all
feel
man
about,
and you soft. I was all man.
How do you feel about Jeff Keighley coming out there and saying
I was not feeling it? I'm not feeling. Cog and I was talking about like, oh, come on, bro, like. Yeah, you have a platform that's supposed to, and the first thing he's gonna say is, "I have nothing to do with that." That's hard to.
Oh, Counter Striker came at you, so he said, "You're the biggest contrarian on the ILO."
It's not about that. Why am I gonna agree with just what everyone else says? Just because for the sake of agreeing.
That's the definition of contrarian, though.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing. I'm not if I say, "Oh, I just don't like it because," that's one thing.
Right.
I give you receipts for everything, and all of it is legitimate. I'm not being unfair to this game at all. I'm telling you, I don't want to do anything but play this game.
Okay, fair.
People just get mad that I'm not like, oh, I'm on my knees for this game. I'm like, no,
because you don't like it like they do.
Yeah, like
they get upset
now.
That you ain't in love like they are.
Yeah, it's just like. Just
emotionality, a little bit of emotionality.
A little bit of emotionality. Listen, and I'm a big fraud because when it comes to Red Dead, y'all wrong.
No, we like what we like.
Yeah, I like what I like. I like this a lot. Not as much as Red Dead, but I like it a lot.
Fair enough. Oh, so it look like we got a special appearance from someone. I don't know where King went, but yeah, we talk about this Game of the Year.
Y'all can stop the cap.
We gotta stop the cap.
The money went in already.
What you mean the money went in already? Money went in for what, sir?
We paid the necessary.
There's been a bag. A bag has been dropped.
Has been dropped.
Well, obviously, you didn't see the review. It's the second coming of Godfather.
Are you implying that the review that the owner of the show?
I ain't implying nothing. Don't you buck up on me. What's been sold don't have to be told.
Wait a minute.
We a shoe-in.
What you mean we a shoe-in? What you
Come
mean?
on, man. The writing's on the wall. Put it out right before it was time. Did we make the cut, Mr. Keegley?
Oh my Lord.
Do you like the kid package we sent you?
The kid package? I can't with this man.
King, don't you buck up on me.
You know what it is, addict.
So are you implying?
You triggered my trap card.
All right. So basically what you're implying, November 3rd, Jeff Keighley put out a tweet on God of War Ragnarok is a towering achievement. Deeper,
Tell him, Jeff.
deeper, richer, more expansive than its 2018 predecessor. It took me 30 hours to complete, and it's filled with many surprises I won't spoil. Truly incredible what this team achieved through COVID. This is why we play games. So and then he continued on with his
He
thread.
wrote exactly what he was supposed to write. Verbatim.
I can't.
So you implied that the head of the Game Awards is not allowed to have an opinion in the Game Award
We
nomination?
don't have nothing to do with that. Don't cast aspersions on that man. Listen, check cleared. Man is good. Listen, I hope he got the new controller we sent him.
What is the new controller he sent? Not that. I can't with this man right now.
You know, we sent him a new controller with the DLC, and we also send him a reminder for what he did for us in the past.
What did he do for you in the past, sir?
Don't forget the last time we came to this door 4 years ago. Hit the button just like you did last
Oh,
time.
okay. So this is favor for a favor. This favor
Don't
for
you
a favor.
buck up on me. The check cleared, everything good.
Okay.
Game is great.
Okay. I see what
Now,
you're doing.
I just feel anyway, regardless to what. I honestly feel that
you
Elden
honestly-
Ring is second to none.
Mm.
And the reason why I feel Elden Ring is second to none, just like God of War 2018 did to change the formula.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gives you
Sets it
that
apart.
over the edge that you need. If it was just like Demon Souls, it would have just been same as, and people would have been like, good Souls game.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Bloodborne 2 and it followed the same exact pattern as Bloodborne 1, it'd have been like a good Bloodborne game, Elden Ring changed it up so much. When I hit Sav and I was like, yo, I'm picking up Elden Ring. Oh, you got to gift it to me, whatever. He was like, you ain't playing that, because a Sekiro put me off of those games.
Mm-hmm.
But this game wasn't like Sekiro. This game wasn't like any Souls games that came before it.
Mm-hmm.
This game said, here you go, King, play it how you want to play it. You want to do it this way. You want to struggle in this world, but there's reward for your struggle. It was so much reward for my struggle. My whole impetus in even getting the game, my whole drive was to invade somebody's world, to show up as that little red guy and invade somebody's world and do evil things to them. Right? Because when you see a dude pop up in your world red, you like, what's that? Yo, it's a dude coming through the mountains, and you was
Hey,
like,
King,
yeah,
read this.
what it says? I can't read that. What it says?
Hold on,
It says,
It's blurry as hell.
Jeff Keighley, it bears repeating, I do not select the nominees. We have a jury of over 100 global media outlets that make those selections, Buck.
look, he's right below him.
Regardless of what happens, I hope it's a great time. Yo, I'm done with Flames out of pocket.
See, the thing of the matter is, anytime you got to come out and defend your platform, we already know. If Kojima's there, we already know where it's going, right? So we already know your pattern, saying you done came out vocally. You shouldn't have. I mean, it's always, if God of War does win, they're going to look right at you. They're going to look right at your tweet, and they're going to look at your platform, and they're going to say that there's a bias there. Just like the CMA dude coming out saying, we want to keep
My PlayStation
on my PlayStation. Come on, man. There's certain things you can't do and can't say if you in this realm, but it's okay. I just feel Elden Ring took it a step above and beyond. God of War, and I'm not taking nothing away from God of War.
Yeah.
God of War DLC came out. It was exactly what I expected it to be. A little bit more refinement here, a little bit more polish here, not too much over the top here, not too much below here. Just a good continuation to a story that I wanted to finish. Notice that I keep saying story. right? Because I'm gonna keep saying story because 90% of the time you're listening and watching the story opposed to actually getting in there doing some gameplay. Beat this area right here. Even in the middle of a fight, it'll break into a cutscene just to let them explain that one part of the fight, and it go right back into the next fight, right? So it's a formula that he's using. For me, Elden Ring kept my attention from the alchemy aspect of it, from the combat aspect of it, of what would I do if I just wiped my character and started over and was this character? How would that handle? It was just so many different things that I went to sleep and I woke up thinking I could do this different. I can fight this different. And Attic knows, Attic would be like, where you at? Oh, I'm fighting this dragon. Oh, you need some help? Yeah. And he jumps in the world. That's a different added layer to the game. So for me, Elden Ring had more of something that I wasn't used to. It was more generational, more genre refining and breaking the mold opposed to this game. This game is more of the same, very good polish, more of the same, but Elden Ring just broke the mold and it's going to be very different going forward from that company.
I feel that. I jump in. Oh, look, this is going to be a good battle. This is going to be a good battle. I didn't think, to be honest, I didn't think God of War would really have a chance initially. So I saw what Elden Ring did, man. There's everything y'all saying, there's no question. The change of the formula opened it up to the masses. You know, the sheer amount of complexity in gameplay, the boss fights, the difficulty, the what's next over the horizon, you know what I'm saying? And then trying to handle it, I thought was fantastic. You know, look, I'm not a Souls guy, but that game really, it's as far as gameplay design, it's the next. And the fact that it didn't hold your hand, the fact that it really, it trusted the player to say, you figure it out. Most games is like, yo, go here, do this, quest log, all of this, the tropes of gaming. And it was a bold design choice to say, no, we're not doing that. So I got to give it to that. But y'all know how I feel about Souls games. And it's like, I get it. It's just, I know what's for me and what's not for me. And I have to admit, God of War stuff, the hashtag just what stuff is just for me. It's for me. And I like narrative-based games. I've always loved that. I think games are the greatest entertainment next to movies, if not superior to movies, because you can actually play and interact. So,
they're definitely superior.
Yeah, so to me, you know, and then obviously, you know, the epicness of Kratos, the character, you know, I love storytelling. I love those moments when I put the controller down for a little bit and listen to what's about to go on and go back into it. Yes, is it a bit QTE heavy? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Is it more sometimes cinematic than gameplay? I get that. That's legit criticism. I don't have anything with that. I just like the scale of it. I just like that. I feel like if someone's watching it that's not into gaming, and they look at that's gonna resonate. What's happening what's happening here, and then obviously the gods. I'm biased. Let's just call it what it is. I am biased to mythology, the gods, and that's my thing. So I'm a little happy that God of War Ragnarok is in the conversation because, to be honest, I didn't even think anything was going to come close to the challenge. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. You know what I'm saying? My personal pick, obviously I played both, but I haven't finished either. So, you know, right now I'm leaning God, which is how I feel. We would say Ragnarok right now. I just feel it feels epic. It feels what I'm doing is something special. But anyone who says Elden Ring is superior, I can't really push back too hard on it. It's what you prefer. The thing I have for y'all is that Salve alluded to earlier. Is there any chance anything other than these two games could win Game of the Year? I have to ask y'all this.
I mean, Requiem could maybe narrative, like if people really do like the narrative of God of War. Requiem, and like I said, the super out of left field tiny game that people have been talking about since the beginning of the year. You just never know, right? You just never know because it's the gaming press. So the gaming press, when it comes to the recency bias stuff, I don't really think I don't buy that as much with the press, because the press has been, they've been reviewing games all year. They know what the zeitgeist moments were. I think I would think more that a fan would be swayed by recency bias than the press per se. So yeah, I think that if there's anything out of left field, it could be Requiem or Vampire Survivors. Beyond that, no, I don't think anything
People
really
like Plague Tale Requiem.
So
Yeah.
I asked another question. I like this Q&A feature. What other games do you guys consider could win Game of the Year?
Put that in there.
And then my personal would be Sifu. I think Sifu did some when it comes to cinematic combat and the way they handle it in that game. There's no other game that feels like a kung fu movie that in that way. Yeah, they did some special stuff.
I get a chance to try that today.
And I will say, even though it's not Game of the Year probably, but I got it. I know people killing that. Yo, Grounded came out of nowhere for me, bro. Like I really like Grounded. Like I love that game. Now, I know it's not Game of the Year. I just wanted to get a nomination for something.
The reason why I can't say that, right? And I believe that it's and this is what hurts that game.
Talk to me.
The fact that it was in pre-alpha or beta.
You beta boy in my joint.
Yeah,
you beta boy in my joint.
That's okay. It takes away from the title.
Why take away?
Because the title is being curated in the background and everybody's helped developing this game and giving feedback and everything. So you really pull away the layers of newness to it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Being released. So for a person that never played it and got a chance to play it, for them, that's going to probably be their Game of the Year because that game is so addictive in its nature and how you play it. But for us, it won't reach that because you have to go back to, I think it was like 2 years ago that game was initially
for me
released,
though.
right?
Now I hear what you're saying. For me, I actually took your approach when the thing came out. I touched it once. I'm like, nope, I don't want to touch it no more. I'll wait until it's finished. But I understand your overall point. I get where you're going with that. No, that's it. I just wanted to add any choice or any other thing got a shot besides those two? Heavyweight matchup.
I can't really think of any, to be honest with you. Maybe Splatoon, if they give that like that Nintendo thing. I don't think Mario Rabbids would appeal to as many people that would be necessary to get. Maybe probably get like strategy, probably be nominated for that. I'll go ahead and read some of the questions. Someone said maybe if Pentiment is able to make the cutoff. I think Pentiment is all out of the cutoff. I don't think it can be
Somerville.
Yeah, Somerville, Pentiment. I don't know if they make it. They make the cutoff. I mean,
because,
the nomination's already tomorrow. So
it's a wrap then. Okay.
Yeah, ironically. It is
funny, right?
It is extended long enough for God of War to be.
We doing this?
Oh, brother.
We doing this?
It is kind of interesting that the nominations is the week after God of War.
Yeah, right? I mean, sounds like a bag's done dropped.
Oh man!
Could you please hold that up? I won't get ready until next week, please. Thank you.
I can't.
And then
anyway,
and then someone else said a Plague Tale.
Yeah, we said that. We mentioned it.
And then someone else said Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy is a good game, and I actually reviewed it. It's on the channel if you guys want to watch that. But I don't think it's going to. It's too vague. Like it's not shiny, and a lot of that time you have to be shiny to win Game of the Year.
Look. Anyway. Get these super chats before we move on since everybody's done with their heavyweight battle.
Hold on a second. Oh, and just to point out that once again, Horizon is buried under.
Horizon, bro. Yeah,
I forgot all about
Horizon.
Once that game get nominated,
yeah,
I have
Horizon.
a feeling it will get nominated. What happens if Horizon and God of War is nominated and Elden Ring just snatches it from it?
It's gonna be interesting. Anything can happen. I will say that. This is one of them I don't know. We got to see how this going to play out.
Nobody putting Horizon in this.
So here's the result of the poll. What is winning Game of the Year? Elden Ring or God of War? 76% said Elden Ring and 24% said God of War, and 406 people they participated.
Oh, salute, salute.
There's a lot of people. Someone said Code of Lamb. That might get nominated. That might be the indie
Y'all
game.
gonna like the poll.
Cult of the Lamb. Forgot about that.
Next
shout out to the 408 votes. Damn, look at that engagement.
Next week's gonna be interesting.
No doubt. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be real interesting when Jeff says God of War.
So I'll get the super chat so we can move.
Bet. Hold on a second. Let me jump back a little bit.
That like button, y'all.
The Doctor 63, $2 super chat. God of War ain't a 97 though.
That's how you feel, no doubt.
Then we got Mr. Nichols, $2 super chat. Remembers Splatoon Nintendo Game of the Year.
Ooh, Splatoon, Nintendo in the game. Okay, Switch game coming in hot.
Then we got Spartan Ghost 17, £2 super chat. Elden Ring narrative is sold separately.
Yo,
God
that's
of War
crazy.
gameplay sold separately.
That was a crazy pause right there.
Then we got Ty Casares, $3 super chat. What's this Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok nonsense? Sifu is easy game of the year. I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother.
in the building.
That's right. Feel that way.
Then we got the Doctor 63, $5 super chat. Even though I loved it, I got bullied into playing Elden Ring.
Facts. Same thing.
You loved it, though.
Salute.
Then we got Spartan Ghost 17, £2 super chat. Elden Ring had everything except an actual story.
Wow, slander.
God of War had too much of an actual story.
Slander.
Then we got Mandingo McThickens,
Aight.
$10 super chat. The table is blocking my full view, but I believe what I'm seeing below the lower half of the table are the legs of Jeff kneeling down, and above the upper half of the table,
Savage.
I see Jim Ryan.
Wow. Y'all got to stop.
These
Wild
scenarios.
disrespectful. Wow.
Oh my God.
Time on that.
And we got Mandingo McThickens once again, $2 super chat. Game of the year out of left field, Stray.
Okay. Stray domination in the building.
Then we have Epic Troy, $2 super chat. The disrespect for Bayonetta 3 is unreal.
Okay.
There's too much surrounding that game, man.
Yeah.
Switch game coming in hot.
Then we got Hargeet Chani, $5 super chat. Somerville is coming out in a couple of days, and the pedigree of the developers may put it in the Game of the Year discussion as well.
Salute.
Halo,
It already missed the time.
for Game Awards, but they're all. We didn't even say Tunic too, man. Halo Infinite is my Game of the Year.
Okay. All right. That's bold. That's
bold. Then we
Not
got
mine. And I love it.
No. Fix your face, take it.
But isn't Halo Infinite's been out? Is this the Game of the Year that it can be up?
no, it can't.
Or was
be.
it last year?
'Cause
Because I remember it missed it.
Oh well, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
yo, Halo Infinite is in the mix.
Yeah,
Because it missed.
My have the narratives changed.
Maybe they get multiplayer.
Yeah, might get
Yeah,
They might get multiplayer. I just thought
Well,
about
I don't
that.
know.
Call of Duty. Yeah, because
Call of Duty,
Call of Duty's
nah,
outside.
buddy.
Call of Duty's outside.
Nah,
Dude, Call of
buddy.
Duty, we'll be playing a community meet with you guys soon. Yeah.
Someone said the disrespect for Bayonetta 3 is unreal.
I saw that.
We
What else
said
we got?
that.
They
Yeah,
disrespected
listen.
themselves.
What we got?
Giving us all their business.
And finally, we got Fonzarelli Gaming, member for 18 months. While I'm enjoying Ragnarok about 8 hours in, so far, Elden Ring is far and away the better game so far. Too many puzzles, not enough combat. Yeah,
Okay, shout out to Fuzz. He play these games. He do what he do. So we all caught up.
Yep, we're good.
All right, shout out to Anchorman V in the building.
my guy.
Mic check right quick.
Anchor. Oh my
Anchor.
goodness.
Anchor
Hey,
is
guys.
the most deadliest man in America.
Yes.
He took an Airbnb in the wildest neighborhood ever.
Y'all was in
Where?
Compton Airbnb.
He was
Oh,
in
hell
Compton,
no.
Compton, right? So we took an Uber out there. Shout out to him for getting my bag. He got my bag, right? And took it back to his place. And then we took an Uber over to him. You know this place is so hood that when we called the Uber, the same exact car that dropped me off, that car that picked me up.
That's the one car for that area.
in the area.
You know,
Yo,
I said, no, we can't do this. I was scared for his safety, sir.
salute. That was some great days, man. Salute to B Money. Rest in peace, Cal. Man.
Yes,
Rest
sir.
in peace, Cal. Because those were some times. Our first kind of E3s out there. Anchorman V, mic check real quick. Make sure your levels is good. We'll see how you sounded.
Doing okay? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you
Yes,
good, you
sir.
good. No doubt. So we got you in on this topic as well, but I think so.
Is this sad? He
Let me
sounds better.
read.
Yeah. Go
Let me read this last slide. Dorian Gray, $5 super chat. I love the irony is in order to be Game of the Year, you have to be as far from a game as possible. Wow.
Is it sad that Anchorman kind of sounds better than we did last week?
Yeah. Relax
Damn,
yourself.
that's sad.
Relax yourself. Anyway. So look, let's get into it, Saul. This is your topic, right? What's going on with Doom Eternal and Conscience? What's happening?
All right. So this all started in 2020. Back when Doom Eternal launched, there were issues that fans had with the first of all, the soundtrack to the game was supposed to launch with the special edition, and it did not, right? When it finally did launch, it launched in poor condition where the mixes on the official soundtrack were inferior and different to what was actually in the game. So the conversation around this basically came down to Marty Stratton over from Bethesda. Basically, he went on Reddit blaming Mick Gordon, the composer, for not meeting deadlines and kind of blaming him completely for why the soundtrack was not available when the special edition launched, and for the overall quality of the soundtrack. And so fast forward 2 years later, Mick Gordon answers it. I don't know if he was under some sort of NDA to not speak, but basically in the ensuing 2 years, that those damning statements about Mick Gordon have kind of affected his career. So just recently, Mick Gordon came out and kind of laid the record straight with a lot of receipts.
I mean, that was, you could say this was a bibliography. Like this was a very lengthy post, right?
Indicating that talking about the working conditions that he worked under, the fact that a vast majority of the things that he submitted for the for the soundtrack were not approved for one reason or the other. He basically indicated that the entire working situation with Marty Stratton was not good for him, and that he tried his best within what he was able to do to put out the product that he was supposed to, and there were just things that were impeding him along the way, specifically Marty Stratton and the way he sort of ran things and sort of what Mick Gordon indicated was like basically abusive behavior. So in his post, he goes on to say that he was essentially not paid for 11 months because again, he had not met, according to Marty Stratton, deliverables. And in addition to that, when the final sort of version of the soundtrack came out, what was found is that they used a lot of the stuff that he had submitted that was rejected. So they still used that stuff, and again, did not pay him or give him the proper credit for that. So this is just recently that he came out and sort of set the record straight on this. And again, with the amount of receipts that he came out with, it's pretty damning for Marty Stratton and the team over there.
His face is killing me. He's ready to burst.
So, he's ready to burst. I know he's ready to burst on this. So what do you guys think? Again, we've seen a lot of this stuff happen where these fights ensue sort of in social media, and then it's left to the public it's stuff that maybe the public would never even be privy to, is out there now. And then you use the sort of court of public opinion to sway opinion one way or another. But I think, in this case, it just feels like Mick Gordon feels that his career has been negatively affected enough where it's fair that he comes out and says the things that he says and kind of sets the record straight. Because again, initially the statement that was supposed to come out 2 years ago was supposed to be a joint statement between them about, kind of the corporate, hey, listen, I feel this way, you feel that way. Let's just come out together and try to squash this.
With a settlement.
Professionally. Right? With a settlement. With a settlement and professionally, so that both of us come out of this as clean as possible and we can move forward with our careers. We agree to disagree on certain things, and we agree that we're not going to work together anymore. But let's not bury each other here. And what happened was that what Mick Gordon thought was going to be a joint statement just turned out to Marty Stratton putting out this statement solo on Reddit that again basically had a life of its own after that, and put Mick Gordon in a very negative light. So again, 2 years later, I don't know if it's an NDA thing or if he just felt like he wanted to get his receipts together, whatever the case may be. he comes out with all of this. So what do you guys think? Because this is
Let me
ugly.
jump off. Let me jump. I want to set up Anchor. The reason why I got Anchorman V here, obviously, very close to situation with all things Bethesda and
All things Bethesda.
And another thing, the reason why I want to Anchor is that I try to be as balanced as possible. Obviously, there's a lot of uproar about this, and a lot of people. We could. I think it's fair to say that Mick has gained a lot of public support since he responded. And you see a lot of famous people kind of getting it. But I wanted to kind of get the other side as well and the full picture. 'Cause I think Anchorman has additional context here. So Anchorman, once this news broke out, what are you feeling about this entire situation between id Software, Marty Stratton and Mick Gordon, the actual composer from Doom?
So I actually remember back in May of 2020 reading Marty Stratton's post. And I remember just being like, okay, sounds like independent contractor. An artist can't meet deadlines. I'm surprised, not at all. So, but then reading this, part of the problem with the reason why I can't just outright believe it is because this thing didn't come out like a month ago. Because if the Helena Taylor thing never happened, I would believe him.
Oh, so the Helena Taylor, the Bayonetta situations has you questioning things now.
Because I mean, I got burned for believing her before, and so now I have to be like, okay, where's the burden of proof?
Yeah.
And as Saab said that he showed receipts, I actually delved into the receipts, and they actually don't prove anything, which is really sad.
Interesting.
Because before I even started reading this, 10-page essay about all this stuff.
Seem heavy receipt, man, like heavy.
I read the original. I read Marty's post again, and then I read his entire thing, and then I read Marty's post again, and oddly enough, the timelines add up. There's maybe one or two questionable things, but the one key factor is that Marty's definitely engaged that Corpo Speaks special ability, where he is intentionally vague in certain aspects. And I actually compiled an actual timeline in terms of what actually happened. And I'll try to breeze over as much as I can, but just to give some context to some stuff, because it's like I said, all this stuff does add up. It does fit the same timeline. So I just put it in pure chronological order.
Okay.
So originally Mick started working with Bethesda back in 2015, and he actually cites this as a reason why. So I don't know which game it was, but he claims that he worked for Bethesda on a project without getting a contract to do the OST. And I'm pretty sure it's Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Someone else mentioned it could be Prey, but I don't know.
He worked on something.
But worked on something, but Bethesda didn't end up using it, and they just kind of scrapped his OST that he created.
Okay.
But he never got paid for it.
Right.
So going forward, that's just something he mentions at one point. He says, so he began working on Doom Eternal in 2017. They had delays getting his contract. He was 2 weeks behind. They set up the schedule that was very idealistic. He voices concerns to Marty, and Marty's like, no, this is actually a very attainable schedule.
Right.
And they hit the ground already with a disagreement there.
Right. That was a big
so
part
they,
of
they started behind. Let's see. So and I also cut out a lot of the stuff I didn't feel like I was a part of the team. He was a 1099 contractor. He's not really an employee from Bethesda. So yeah, you're not going to feel the same kind of level there. But then the first real point of contention is at QuakeCon 2018. Bethesda internally teased Doom Eternal, and they used some of his music that later, after the event, Bethesda rejected, or specifically id Software rejected,
right.
And they tried not to pay him for it. But then he also fired back saying, "Hey, actually, you did use this, so it is technically approved. You need to pay me for it." So in January 2019, they paid him, but after that point, they stopped accepting any other work, and they did not pay him for 11 months at that point.
Right. There's another point of contention.
So but really, that's kind of normal. especially in a task completion market where it's like, hey, you're trying to do X, Y, and Z. You want to finish this project, and you actually have to have those approvals before you get paid. So that's not abnormal, kind of shitty, but not abnormal. So kind of forwarding through here, let's see, what was the first major part. So Marty had said at E3 2019, that's when they announced the soundtrack for the collector's edition.
Right, which he says is
but that was
yeah, good.
And that was with the November 19th, November of 2019 release date before they delayed it.
Right.
The pre-order page, and this is one of the points that he uses as a receipt, saying they promised that Mick Gordon was going to do the OST.
Right.
It says, let's actually save the picture he showed. The actual wording says, a playable cassette tape plus download codes for lossless digital copies of Mick Gordon's Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal's original soundtrack. They do not claim Mick Gordon was doing Doom Eternal's original soundtrack. So I have a theory they didn't want to get him to do it after the events of the game's production.
Yep.
Well, this is the big point of contention because he's claiming that they announced they were going to make this soundtrack and they put his name on it without his knowledge of it, and he felt pressured because of that. That's where he's fighting.
But this is where reading comprehension and grammar comes into play. So
so wait, so you're saying that
his receipt that he shows,
Yeah.
it only says Mick Gordon's Doom 2016 soundtrack and Doom Eternal's original soundtrack. They do not say Mick Gordon's Doom Eternal soundtrack.
He has a receipt here that says
I
collector's
have
edition.
a copy of his receipt.
I'm just telling you what his receipt say. It say the Doom collector's edition. This is announced at Bethesda Showcase June 6, 2019. He claims that he says that it tells you all the things they're going to give you: the skin, it is a full size Slayer helmet, and it says a playable cassette tape plus download codes for lossless digital copies of Mick Gordon's Doom 2016 and Doom. So he got a picture that say his name on it and Doom's Eternal.
Yeah, but Doom 2016 specifically.
Yes. Doom 16. Yeah, it does say 20. No, it says and Doom Eternal's original soundtracks. So Mick Gordon's Doom 2016.
Mick Gordon's
Doom
Eternal.
Right. I see what you say. So you say they didn't say.
It's very intentional wording.
Okay.
So I think that they didn't plan to have him come back for the original soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
That's
right.
And that fits in with what Marty was saying by saying that, we didn't want to put that on his plate. So they're trying to say, they didn't intend to ever have him do it.
Gotcha.
But because then he started inquiring.
Got it. Okay, I see where you're going.
The legal about it. Say, hey, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be doing this. And I don't think they ever intended for him to do it.
Okay.
And that's why Marty was just kind of iffy about it and hesitant about it because he didn't want him to do it at all. Okay. And that's when you started hearing about Chad.
Chad. Y'all got to read this account. Chad getting all the smoke. Chad is the guy that I guess was helping out, but for all doing the music while I guess Mick wasn't there or whatever. So,
and according to the metadata, which Mick points out,
which was kind of
the
damning.
metadata says he started August of 2019, and if they had a release date for November of 2019, that's about 3 solid months to work on it.
Right.
And so that's enough time for him to do it. But so that fits at least in the timeline. Right. So then October 2019, they have the delay. They go to March 2020. Then November 2019, he gets paid for his entire work on the game. So it's not like he hadn't been paid for his work. But the real iffy part comes in afterwards. Right. After the game actually comes out, or really started January 2020. They say that January 8th, Mick. So this is what Marty said. He said, after discussions with Mick in January of this year, we reached general agreement on the terms for Mick to deliver the OST by early March. So according to Mick, January 8th, Mick had emailed Bethesda since Marty was MIA on this. He couldn't find him for the OST. Bethesda agreed to pay him for the 2015 OST that he did that they didn't use because they started selling it at the end of 2019. So they agreed to pay him for that, but they're going to lump it in with the soundtrack. So Mick claims that Marty lied about it and
Right.
said, "Oh, in his Reddit post, he said we signed the contract." No, they said they reached a general agreement in January.
Okay.
So this is what I'm pointing at. His receipts don't really add up.
That's a damning
He
statement.
claims one thing, but the actual post doesn't say that.
Okay.
If you read it in terms of corpo speak, it's very technical. And it's not a lie.
Right.
So, but yeah, then they go back and forth about what the original deal was. Like Marty says, "Oh, they agreed on doing 12." Then Mick said, "Oh, well, I said originally I was going to do 30, and then we backed it down to 12."
Right.
And it's like it just back and forth. He said, she said after that.
At that point, right.
Yeah, it's
so
okay.
so just to be clear, also, this is prior. Most of this stuff originated prior to acquisition.
Yes, and that's actually the point where I think he quit. So the main thing was after the release, he actually only completed 10 of the 12 tracks.
Right.
According by Mick's own admission, he only did 10. So they deliver the OST. The hero complaining. Mick contacts him, say, "Hey, we need to fix this. We need to have a public statement." Mick says sure, but then Marty makes the post, so that pisses them off.
Right.
And then they go to attorneys, and the
Right.
attorneys go
Let's
back
get
and
to the
forth.
spice now. Let's get to the spice. Let's go.
So the actual timeline of the attorneys going back and forth is that late April, Marty and Mick have the call.
Right.
Marty makes the post in May. Mick brings his lawyers in. He's the one who instigated it. And say, "Hey, we need to fix this."
Right.
ZeniMax initially refuses. And then Mick counters him saying that, "Oh, Marty hurt his image. He was underpaid. Marty contradicted the public announcements."
Right.
And so ZeniMax offered a settlement. So they pay him all. They agree to pay him all the money that he's owed.
Right.
In that, on the condition that Mick fixes the DoomEternal soundtrack.
Right.
Mick agrees to this only if Marty
takes down the post. The post is the point of contention. This Reddit post that Marty put up, basically explaining the contentious relationship and that they would be moving forward without Mick for the music. And to your point, just to reiterate, they were close to settle, but the point of contention from Mick's standpoint is I need the post taken down. Okay.
And so, which ZeniMax rejected it. Right. And so the offer was rescinded.
Right.
So then ZeniMax, so Mick comes back to the table.
King is having fun with this.
He said he was almost at the bag.
Yeah.
He said, "But I just need y'all to take that down." And just like my man Kratos.
You know what's crazy?
He was like, "No." He felt his day was
crazy.
besmirched.
The fact that something so small as taking down a post would prevent ZeniMax from closing that lawsuit down. Like,
no, it's interesting. It's interesting. And before I give it back to Anchorman, is that according to Mick, he said that he wasn't getting any response from Marty until he went to ZeniMax. His frustration from his standpoint is that I kept trying to have this conversation, and then I just want to add additional context because there is one point that, again, for Mick's context, which is very long, which is that he claims he went to the actual Reddit post owner, the owner of the Reddit moderator, and said, "Look, I am the guy that made the music. This guy is from It's Earth Ray is besmirching my name. Can you please take it down?" He got them to take it down when he went direct to the source, but then according to him, his voice of frustration is that the post went back up maybe like a week later because I guess Marty was the one that put it there. So wait. I just want to add the human element, and then we're gonna get back to the legal. Is that according to Mick, because this soundtrack is not pieced together very well. From there's the way it's stitched together, I guess it's not good. It's not to the standard that anybody would like, and that he is getting fan harassment. That he's claiming his reputation is besmirched. He's blackballed. Fans are attacking him to the point mentally it is affecting him, and he's getting threat. That's where his standpoint. I just want to be fair to his standpoint. But now let's get back to the legal, back to Anchorman. Where you at?
Oh, no, it was perfect timing because that's actually the split there. So as soon as they rescind that offer, that's when he goes to Reddit to see if he can get it down.
Right.
Doesn't work. So then all of a sudden he's like,
And
okay,
initially works.
I come back.
Yes.
Yeah, initially works, but it doesn't solve the problem.
Threw it right back up in the sky, like the bat signal. No.
He said that was for 1 week. That's
That's right.
Yep. And so then he goes back to the table again, and so ZeniMax says, he's like, oh yeah, just take down the post. I'll do the OST. That's it. ZeniMax says, nope. Here's a 6-figure gag order. Shut the hell up and leave us alone. Like,
but why they taking it? Why is it gag if it ain't wrong? Why they throwing money out?
Sit down and shut up.
What if they
settlements are not admissions of guilt?
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, because the whole thing with Michael Jackson was like, oh, he had a settlement for pedophilia, but that's not an admission of guilt. It's just like people to leave you alone.
That's okay. I see what you're
saying. So then Mick counters the refusal because he counters the gag order saying, oh, quote, remove the Reddit post, pay me for the extra music and Doom Eternal, and I'll produce another version of the OST.
Right.
So ZeniMax stalls on the order all the way into 2021.
Right. He waiting.
And then refuses. And then says, take the hush money.
Right. And the post is still staying.
And then and that was in January. And then the Microsoft acquisition happens.
Right. Let's get it. Okay. So this one,
And after that, that's actually kind of where his post ends. There's nothing really much after that. He basically just kind of says they didn't care anymore about him.
Dude.
And he was hoping that they were going to come back and be like, "Oh yeah, Microsoft, you're gonna back me up, right?
Nah.
Right."
That's before we got here. We don't know nothing about that.
Do you think that maybe
mad crickets?
But according to Mick, the reason why he did all this because he said that Marty lied about the circumstances surrounding the Doom Eternal soundtrack and used disinformation and innuendo to blame me entirely for its failure. Afterwards, Marty offered me a 6-figure settlement to never speak about it. As far as I'm concerned, the truth is more important. He said the post, Marty's post, Reddit post, severely impacted both my professional and personal reputation. In releasing this statement, I'm exercising my right to defend myself. It is a defense, not an unprovoked attack. He also goes on to state that he issued with extreme reluctance to do this after all other attempts to resolve the matter have failed. And the last point he says, or why he did it, is this statement is not an excuse for a hate campaign. Acts of hate dished out online won't result in any positive change. In fact, it only makes things worse. So he's basically coming out and saying, look, the damage that was done, and that at this point he can't take it because he feels that this is a lie against his name. And this is where we at. Yeah. This is the hot one. So, Egg, I know you finished up the recap.
Yeah.
What fraud alert? Wait, hold on, King. What?
Take the money, B. Take the money and make your own post and put up there. They lying, and just run over with your cash. That's all.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why he's doing this. I figured it out.
All right, let me hear your hypothesis.
I was talking with our good friend Nicholas Downey over at LordsOfGaming.net, and he brought a name to me, and I figured it out.
What you figured out?
So this is prior to this. This is Mick Gordon's official resume of work.
Okay.
His first thing was Killer Instinct. That was the first big thing that people would point to and be like, "Oh yeah,
soundtrack."
Because he was doing like Need for Speed Shift, Marvel Superhero Squad, a bunch of other boring stuff no one really cares about.
Don't do that, Eggman. Man's a legend. Don't do that.
But prior to 2013, nobody cared about this guy.
Okay.
So, but he also worked on Wolfenstein New Order, Wolfenstein Blood,
Fire.
Worked on. But Doom 2016 is where he suddenly came out.
Yes.
People were like, oh, wow, this is it.
Yes.
He was getting a lot of work from Bethesda.
Yes.
And then Prey 2017, Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus.
Whoa.
He was getting a lot of love.
Yes.
And then it's like a beautiful desolation. The Doom Eternal. And then after that, nothing but Atomic Heart coming out next year.
Right. It's been quiet.
But here's the thing, though. You know who picked up pieces after he left?
Who?
Andrew Hulshult. He replaced him. He did the Doom Eternal Ancient Gods thing
Fire.
by himself.
Fire.
And so, but nobody mentioned anything. Nobody thought like the music sucks. Right. It was like, no, he's great. He's amazing. And now he's getting that work over at Bethesda. And I think what it is ultimately is Mick feels like he's replaceable, like he always was.
Why you gotta say it like that? We know what side of the argument.
We know what side Anchorman's on. Okay.
My other thing too, and I will say this, is that
Corporal Acre.
I still have not seen Mick Gordon show any emails from anybody else at Bethesda, just the emails he sent to Bethesda.
Oh, so you saying that we got to see Marty's responses.
Actual receipts.
Okay.
It's just he said, she said.
All right. So just to defend your point, because you definitely team Ed right now. Marty Stratton says at the end of his post that he said, if you read all this, thank you for your time and attention. As for the immediate future, we're at the point of moving on and won't be working with Mick on the DLC we currently have in production. As I mentioned, his music is incredible. He's a rare talent. I hope he wins many awards for his contribution to Doom Eternal at the end of the year. I'm as disappointed as anyone that we're at this point. But as we have said many times before, we will adapt to changing circumstances and pursue the most unique and talented artists in the industry. I think this is what you're alluding to. With whom to collaborate, which must be the guy you talk about. Our team has enjoyed this creative collaboration a great deal, and we know Mick will continue to delight fans for many years. And it's almost like he's going to delight fans, but he ain't going to delight fans here.
Let him
clearly,
at the karaoke bar across the street. He should have took the money and should have just ran, and that's all he should have did. But now let's
open it up to the Lord. Let's open it up to the Lord. So at it. Where you at with this? Because according, obviously, we see Marty's statement from Ed. We see Mick. We've got kind of like a content. It's very long, a lot of receipts, a lot of that. I highly recommend people recommend it. And Mick said the damage is so to him that he can't, let it go, kind of thing. So where are you at with this whole situation, based on what you hear so far?
I feel like if the damage was so bad, then maybe repairing. It's like the Johnny Depp thing. Johnny Depp wanted his reputation back more than he wanted money from losing those things so he can actually make money. But at the same time, Johnny Depp got the money to go to court and to do this long form thing. It's like, dude, it's like King loves to say, it's big bang take little bang. Like you don't have the money to fight Bethesda in court for years. Like just take the money and see what you can do to repair your reputation besides that. Like, I hate when people get took one over on. I do. But at the end of the day, it's like you can only do so much that you can financially back. And to me, he should have just took the money. Right, so sure. Sorry. Okay, no, go ahead.
No, my question to you is, I get where y'all going, but let's just Cog, devil's advocate.
Morality,
devil's advocate. Okay, let's just say this post has been sitting there for like 2 years or whatever it's been, right? It's basically saying this trash soundtrack is your fault. The reason why the quality of this thing is because of you. Let's just call it what it is, right? That's what this Marty post has been up there for 2 years. So let's just say you try to get a job or you try to work with something outside of Bethesda and this is looming over you. And on top of that, the fans is like, yeah, you with your trash sound. You ruined the beautiful, majestic Doom Eternal because of you and your incompetence. And now you got the scarlet letter wherever you go, wherever you put in that application. You are the guy that's been known to ruin this. How do you deal with that? How do you navigate that, y'all?
I find it hard to believe that one job has ruined his entire career in that industry. Like, I find it hard to believe.
He's only got Atomic Heart ever since that game came out.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a reason he only got
Atomic Heart keeps getting delayed.
I mean,
keeps getting delayed.
Oh, so are you implying that his work ethic is doing this?
There's other reasons getting delayed, but
I feel like, and I'm not saying that he can't get destroyed like in the industry off of one job, but most of the time there's merits of truth in people talking to each other on why people don't want to work with each other.
All right, so because y'all out of pocket with certain things, but I have to defend the man on it. All right, so what about what he said? Because this is a lengthy read. I know it's a lot, so I'm just kind of paraphrasing. I sat and read all of this, like Anchorman read all of it, right? What about when the man said they came to him with the plan for Doom Eternal in the soundtrack, right? And they say, King, you got to give us 2 tracks a month. Right? He go, fine. I'll do the 2 tracks. Y'all just announced y'all coming out with the game. All I'm saying is, show me your build. He literally says, show me your build. He said, because y'all want me to create music. I don't have a context of what the levels are, right? I don't know what the overall theme of the game is going to be. So I just got to, in my head, imagine.
Doom. How hard can it be?
But come on. Let me finish my bars. I ain't finished though. I ain't finished my bars. So you don't know what the levels are. What if you sit there and you make it a peaceful level? You in your mind, you make something really monotone and whatever, and you don't got no reference point to see.
Doom is you in hell, you in space hell with a gun. It has always been space hell with a gun. It's
but
always
we don't know the direction you going this year.
But the context is like he would need to know the layouts of a. But here's the thing: he would need to know the layouts of the level to properly do his job. But that's where he should have went. I ain't doing it. Like he shouldn't have signed no contract.
And as a 1099 worker,
I feel
he knew that he was not gonna say that, Anchorman. But you know that he's gonna take the job.
I would have been him here. I will say I would have been Mick there. He does need to know at least a little bit. Job you know what he said? You know what Marty told him? Not that hard. It's Doom.
Oh, but here's it. Hold on, let me back y'all up.
That's not fair.
That's not fair, son. Thank you, Saul. Thank you, Saul.
They was like gun, space, heavy rock music. Go to it.
No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple.
Saul, get it in. Get it in.
Now, come on, man. Like, Anchor, come on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, like, okay. So I need 2 tracks from you by Friday. Yeah, go ahead, Anchor. Bring me two Doom tracks by Friday. I need to see what I'm doing, especially since Doom Eternal is supposed to be this evolution of Doom 2016. I need more.
Give some concept art.
I give him concept. Not even concept. They didn't give him concept art to show him what the stages
you know what's
like.
bad about it? He was trying to be ahead of it. He's like, I know how y'all work. Before, y'all don't got the greatest track record with deliverable because he's trying to start early. He's trying to be proactive.
I think the problem is it's like, I'm with the dude, but I feel like he should have protected himself legally more than he did.
Now, that's where I'm with Anchor. Stop doing stuff without no contract, bro.
That's how he rock.
And I will say, at least on his level, at a certain point, like if it was this early on in development, because it started development in 2017 January. That's when he signed the contract. So the only thing about it is like, after a certain period of time, you're putting, as a 1099 contract, you're putting your own money into stuff, and you need that to pay off, and so you're just stuck with your situation. But like, if you saw like in the first 2 to 3 months, they're like, hey, this is not going to work out, you should have pulled out. But at a certain point, it's like, if we're talking like 4 months or longer, it's like, I have no option. I put my own money into this.
Right.
If I back out now, I don't get paid.
Right. No, for you.
Well, and at that point, he should have did a better job. I mean, we small fry and we talk to lawyers. So how does he not do that? You know what I'm saying?
He knew him, and he's like, nah, Mick ain't gonna do me like that. Like,
Marty ain't gonna do him dirty like that.
Marty ain't gonna do him dirty like that.
Say, hey, Marty, we good on that? Yeah, B. Say, just shoot me an email saying what you need. Guns, space, Marines.
I mean, maybe it is one of those things.
Space Marines, hell.
Maybe it is one of those things that he had a lot of faith in that dude, and that faith was not placed right. It's just like, look, like anyone, if you're doing anything in the business world, lawyer up. Have them look it up, put everything in words. Don't believe anything anybody says.
Or take the 6-figure when he sent it to you and just go ahead.
It's like,
but see the 6 figures though, but he's telling you to shut up, right? And you still have to hold this L that everybody thinks you're the worst ever.
With this 6-figure L. Like, I'm gonna go over here because right now he just got the L.
But how much do you think he's making for an OST? Like he would be making for an OST.
I don't know.
I hope it's more than the voice acting.
So the question is there?
Hopefully, right?
All right, let me count up the solve though. Is there a 6-figure number that solve gonna shut up Was
it a low six figure or a high six figure?
It just says 6. Right?
It just say 6. They'll say so.
Because if it was a high six figure, I'm gonna take the bag.
This sounds like that Helena Taylor. Like, oh, they offered me $4,000, and it's like, yeah, to start the first session.
Yeah. I feel that, but I mean,
no, he came out was like they offered me a six.
There's no scenario.
See, Hella should have did what this man's did. She came out there with like some missing pieces on like on a picture. Like there was missing pieces. This dude built the picture, wrote the diagram to the picture, gave you a map and everything. Was like, this is what happened.
I don't know,
but at the end of the day,
left out key spots.
But at the end of the day,
AJ, it's like, you know, it's like when you go to college or you go to high school and they're like, all right, I need you to cite your sources, and it's like,
regardless how
it's done. This is a really good paper, but
regardless how it's done, Bethesda, all of them should feel ashamed of how they handled that situation. But it comes on him for not actually working out to a lawyer and having someone look over all this and draft up paperwork if he didn't have contracts. When we do stuff little, and I'm talking little, chat, we have a lawyer look over it. And if we doing that on our side, there ain't no way this man shouldn't be doing that. Look, I hate that happened to him, but to me, this is a life lesson to him. That's like, look, I can't trust people.
Yeah, no.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Depending on the size, like if you give me $500,000,
you want to stand on your square? You can borrow?
Yeah, I may not stand on my square.
Here's
but
the
anything
thing,
less than that. But this is the thing, though. Like he's done. Like if you look at Anchor just told you, Atomic Heart. Since then, the game that's coming out next year is his next work. So he had nothing in between. So this obviously really affected him.
Here's the thing, though. I don't blame him for not taking the bag. If he's passionate enough for the industry, he don't want to leave the industry, I don't blame you for taking the bag. But it's just like you put yourself in a situation because you didn't have those bylaws in place. And now sometimes, good people get swept under the rug. I know that sounds bad, but it's just like you didn't put the things in place to protect you. And then now you're going to have to deal with the consequences.
And I would point out specifically as what was I saying?
No, you good.
The part where he screwed up was going over id's head for a project they clearly didn't want him to work on.
But I gotta push back.
No. Here's what I point out this. They very clearly did not want him working on the OST. That's why they got Chad working on it.
So why not, Marty, just say family services are no longer required? Why?
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. What do you mean trying to be nice? This is business.
This is business. If you don't want the man working, that's the frustration of Mick. It's like he's not getting any responses.
But he was cool with them.
Nah, they handled them with baby gloves.
And this is what
keep from Marty's perspective, because this was happening. He goes over Mick's head in January. No, he goes over Marty's head in January before the game launches. And he doesn't want if I tell him he's not working on the OST, he doesn't want Mick going out there making public statements, which he started to do when the game came out, but he didn't want that to happen. But I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if you don't want him to work on this project and you don't want that money to go out, how do I put this best? If you're Mick Gordon, your number one mistake was going to ZeniMax Legal.
Okay.
These guys sued,
but no one else is contacting
who made a game on a random mobile game.
Okay.
Just for having the word scrolls.
The thing is, though, I don't disagree with them on that, because if no one else is communicating with you, you have to go to the higher up.
You gotta go to that.
So you mean to tell me if you go into a restaurant, Anchorman, and they just you have a horrible experience, you told the manager, you mean to tell me that you have no you clearly see that they're not responding, they don't care, you got food poisoning, you almost died, you're not going to talk to the people above them?
Yeah, it's like if you go work for someone and then your paycheck ain't coming and your manager's not responding to why your check ain't here,
go get that bread.
But that's not a simple situation, because he did get paid in November.
Yeah, but then he's saying he did extra work, and this is where the gray area.
But they didn't want that work.
He didn't know about the extra work until the game actually came out.
Correct. And that part is the gray area. That part I'll give you, because he doesn't know about, he's submitting all these tracks, then they reject certain tracks, right? And then he feels like, okay, I keep submitting music, they didn't like this, and then I'm crunching, I'm sleeping under my desk, and then he's saying the reason why I'm crunching is because I didn't know, what I'm saying, what the concepts are, whatever. So then we get to this loop. The stuff comes out. He then finds out that the stuff that was rejected is now part of the soundtrack. So he like, which he finds out later.
He found out in March.
Right. So he's like, I want a bag for the extra stuff that I did, and I just want the post down, and we could be good, right? The only thing where it's the gray area, and I don't know, because I don't know composer, law, and all of this, but from my understanding, anything you submit, even if it's not used, is owned by the company.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I can sit there and submit all it don't matter. Once I submit it, I lose ownership.
Yeah.
It's them, right? I give id credit in the sense that, okay, we're going to pay you for that. They technically, in my opinion, again, seems like they don't have to do that, right? We'll get Hogue on for that, for whatever, right? The question becomes how important this post is, because the fact that Ed and Marty don't want this to come down, to me, suggests that it's an admission of guilt that they did do him dirty. Because if you take that down, or you said this man was hard to deal with, you imply all this stuff, and then the post comes down, then it's like, well, maybe he wasn't hard to deal with because you didn't stand on your square. I think it's the optics of that is where this is coming at.
Here's a question I have too. That was up for years. At this point, taking it down, is that going to really fix anything? Because it's already done the damage. So why don't you just take the bag, considering the damage is already done?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's what I said.
Take the bag.
I mean, I get it.
It's like everybody that wanted to see it saw it, right? So now they offering you the bread. All right, to compensate you for whatever damage you felt was done to you.
That's
Take
one of those
bag.
That's one of those things you go to the job interview. Let's talk about the post.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that he kind of innocently and dumbly did was go above Marty's head and go to higher.
That's a mistake.
Because of this thing.
Now you're
right?
on that radar.
You're on the radar. You're a 1099 worker. You don't have any rights in that regard. Secondly, what people, and this is a general thing, people always need to understand about businesses and dealing with businesses, even when you're an employee of that business. Management, HR, anybody in positions of power are there to protect the company.
Yes, I agree.
The company.
Good point.
The olive branch was the six-figure sum. And that is it. Okay, we'll do this much. We'll give you this. We'll compensate you.
Right.
That is our admission of guilt.
Right.
And we're going no further. So what he's done is gone into the realm of the sort of the public opinion.
Right.
Trying to shame them into admitting wrongdoing because it's happened before in the public realm. And either they're going to stand on their square, like you said, and not take it down because it makes them look guilty. Right. And just eat it because, again, it's been out there for 2 years. What does it matter at this point?
Right.
Or in the best scenario for Mick, they admit something, which is not going to happen.
Right.
So I don't ever go to higher ups thinking they're going to side with you. It's not going to happen.
They're never going to.
They're never going to. They're never going to. They're there to protect the business. And even if they egregiously know that everything you're saying is true, they're going to shut you up some way, shape, or form.
I know we went long with this. All I would say is it's going to be interesting, one, if there's a response by it, right? Because this thing that he put out is gaining tremendous public opinion, traction. It's going all over. People are siding with Mick Gordon. We could say, whether he did was wrong, but people are really empathetic, and the composer calls. The question is, do they get a hold of it? And then do they respond to it? Is there more to it that, like to Anchorman's point, that we don't know? Is there receipts that Marty has to counter what Mick is saying? Because Mick stuff is pretty damning. It's pretty damning. Now, you got that, and then we got the Microsoft component now that they're involved, right? Because they have now acquired all this prior to all the drama and what they going to do. All I'm going to say, and I'll end it with my point, and then we can move on, is just that, it sucks because the fans lost out. I'm a guy that loves OST music. I'm the guy that buys soundtracks all the time. Y'all see me in the gym with the Health as well. If I got the video game music, it's motivational. To me, there's nothing worse than when you listen to something that you know that the quality is trash and it's stitched together, whack, and it's just not accurate. the fans lost out. That means a lot. And I just hope that the discussion opens up, because at the end of the day, video game music is very important. Think about this. Think about Halo without the iconic Gregorian chants at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Think about Fallout, War Never Changes, when that joint hit and that title screen. And like, it means a lot. So I'm just hoping that maybe out of the result of this, even if Mick does not get what he wants, that there's a deeper look at how composers are handled. Because I still think it could have been handled a little bit better. And we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm with Ank on this, though. Unfortunately, the way I feel because of the Bayonetta situation, as much as Mick's stuff looks airtight, I just got to chill until we see the full picture and there's more to this. But right now, I just do feel Mick is winning court of public opinion. We just got to see what happens.
Yes.
We got to see what happens.
And the thing about the court of public opinion is where's Skill Up's video?
Oh, why are we coming for Skill?
I saw him specifically. Where's Jason Schreier's piece?
Well, maybe there's some investigation.
Like all this public support, I haven't seen anybody actually talk about.
Oh, no, they on it though. I see Seamus Blackley jump up on his joint. I see people.
I'm waiting for the media to.
He means like a deeper delving into it.
I think what he's talking about is someone that normally exposes this stuff. Where are they at?
No, listen, it's gonna come out.
When the Hell of a Taylor thing happened, we saw Jason Schreier had an article. He came out that same weekend, Sunday. I'm checking his Twitter feed. I don't see any article.
Well, we got to see. We got to see what
happens. Also, the fact Jason Schreier is blacklisted from Bethesda for working for Kotaku. Which
right. Yeah, the relationship is
the
relationship is bad there. I forgot about that. Yeah, the relationship is bad there.
So Jason Schreier has every reason to do it.
Well, I mean, but it also comes down to access too. So if you blacklisted and you don't got access, then it's gonna be harder for you to get a scoop or stuff. But I get your point. Let's just chill. Let's just wait. Let's see what happens. And yeah, just had to bring it up. This is a good discussion. We got to move on. So I was getting super chat.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I got to hang out anyway.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Peace,
thank you.
brother.
Later, bro. Let me see. It's just a couple. On God and them, $2.
Wait, that's somebody name?
On God and them.
Wow.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
When is Addicts Got a War review dropping? What's the next game? Addicts.
DLC.
What?
When is the God of War review dropping, and what's the next one you're going to
review? After the podcast, and I'm probably going to end up reviewing the Pokemon Scarlet or one of those two. I don't know. In the chat, which one I should review. I don't really do the colorless things very well. Just put which one in there.
And we got Spartan Go 17, £5 super chat. Inspector Gadget capping out here for Bethesda.
Yo, don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
If dude got fired, of course he's going to get replaced by someone. Hush money for the acquisition. Okay.
Basically.
All right.
Spartan Go 17 again, £2 super chat. He got screwed over. Dude rocked out. No protection.
Yeah, for real. Oh, and I got a public...
What?
A public call out. Yeah, Jez, you got me in that sword and shield, man. Why you gonna have me in this Scarlet? You gonna beat me in this game?
Okay. All right, there we go. We all caught up?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. I mean, King, this is literally the quickest topic going. I mean, we just please do it. This is no. So look, King's topic, gotta set it up real quick. So yeah, it looks like the new Monkey Island is dropping. Return to Monkey Island. But some interesting information we found out about it. It's going to Game Pass, but not going to Xbox One Game Pass. And good.
Oh, really?
Yes, good astute catch by King here. Yeah, the long-awaited sequel. It's going to be on launch exclusively on Switch and PC, and obviously the the Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation on November 8th. But it does not go to Game Pass Xbox One. So it looks like this may be one of the first games that's not going to be on last-gen consoles, and it causes little thing. So King, this is your topic. Like, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Well, obviously Microsoft believes in generations.
Yo, I'm done.
My God.
I'm done. And there you go.
Here we go.
From this point forward, the old generation will not hold us back.
Oh, that's what we doing.
Monkey Island is out here. They said, no, we don't want your crusty old systems.
Graphically intensive Monkey Island.
Graphically demanding Monkey Island.
If you're not putting any lotion on it and making sure that it's next gen ready, we don't want to have nothing to do with it.
Oh, so you saying one console is a console of their word?
Yeah, man. You know, shout out to Phil and the team. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer said, nah, man. He said, yo, Monkey Island going over there? Hell no!
Why Monkey Island is the
off
catalyst?
that. Nah, we believe in generations. We ain't going back.
Oh, so what console stand is on a square?
They on their square, man. They on their dime, man. No compromising. Listen, this is what I like, you know, because I dream about my DLC. If only my DLC was just this generation only.
Monkey Island set the trend. They set the bar.
Monkey Island on their square, man. Shout out to Monkey. Hopefully Monkey Island can get Game of the Year.
I can't with this man right here. This is so messy right here. No doubt. Salute. Attic, your thoughts on it, man. Monkey Island breaking the trend of Xbox Game Pass games being on all Xbox consoles.
I don't care. I gotta say that. You know, if that shows anything, that's your sign, chat.
That's
Go
your
buy
sign.
an X.
Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, listen, man, the graphical intensity of Monkey Island clearly the developer challenge here.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, 4090s are having problems with it. You know,
4090s. I can't.
I get it. You know, I mean, it's no longer can it run Crisis. You know, it's like
listen, you got to throw Monkey Island as your litmus test.
Yes, the litmus test. Exactly.
Yeah, we started.
Minimum recommended.
Generation is here.
Get that 3D mark out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm dead.
Graphically intensive. We got to push that.
You got to push that. No doubt. Yeah, did you feel so? This news is out here.
I'm done.
You don't even know yet. All right, I'll jump in.
Okay, so is the game? Can you find it on Xbox One proper?
No,
it's just not game. It's just there's no Xbox One.
Is
there a PS4 version?
Yes. No, wait.
There
PS5. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Not a game. Okay. It's coming. You need to upgrade. Yeah. It doesn't make mention of. Yeah, it just says that it's not on the Xbox One in any capacity, which means Xbox One users subscribe to Game Pass can't check out with the subscription service. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting.
Ron Gilbert, you know, Ron Gilbert's about that cutting edge technology. You know what I'm saying? So can't do it.
Hey, you got to step it up out here.
Listen, I don't know, bro. Like, we're just in a position. I don't know when this real hard stop is ever going to happen, to be honest with you. This hard stop.
No more
obviously,
systems.
Obviously, the thing is, if the Xbox One had sold more, right, on its own, we'd still be seeing more.
But if it was a fifth, I'll be drunk.
So,
you can do it.
Yeah, so again, this is a non-starter because it's not the case, right? So on the PlayStation, you know, 150 million PlayStation 4s out there, you know what I mean?
It's 116, man. Stop adding your extra inflated numbers.
Yeah.
I'm jumping I'm sorry if you wasn't finished.
Nah, that's it. So again, I mean, if this is the hard stop, that's funny. Like,
I think that's the funny part of it because it's the nature of this game. I'll jump in. Yeah, it's just funny. Like, it was just like, I didn't even know. But again, shout out to King finding these news articles, scouring the internet for things that, you know, he's one of our best in the game as far as journalistic reporting, finding stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is funny because obviously the graphical nature of this, Jay. I am interested because the thing that surprised me, okay, fine, you're not going to put it on the console, but you know what surprised me is that why is there no streaming option? Right?
Yeah,
because that to me was the whole initiative, which is, no console gets left behind. So eventually that the games won't be native on there, but for inferior hardware. Like, remember when it was like Flight Simulator can stream to the Xbox One? We know Flight Simulator, based on the technical thing, would not.
That was a mandate from up high. We put that in there, but Monkey Island, we decided. Nah, man. This is the hard stop right here.
Yeah, it will be interesting if this sets a trend when Xbox One and they start to phase it out. But I would be disappointed that Xbox One doesn't get the option to stream more higher performance series consoles games to it, because I think that's part of the vision.
Little man is available. We got a console for you.
Little man, we got a console for you.
Got a console for you. We can say it now after it's out. We don't say it before it come out. That's detrimental. The last time we did that, it didn't go good. But now, though, now since Little Man is $90 over at Amazon,
clearly bunked. Yeah, we gotta see. I will say this.
He makes a lot of sense, because the thing is, remember when nobody could find Little Man, nobody could find the Series X. Like the prices for a 1X and a 1S
was so cheap.
Bonkers.
Yeah,
no, they were bonkers because you couldn't find those either, because they stopped manufacturing. So like, people were like, there were actually more of those going out. Like whatever was still in stock was being purchased.
Yeah.
I sold Jamie's for $300.
Wow.
A S. Wow. So it was just one of those things where it's like the time back then warranted it.
Right.
Now, like King said, the S is out here, the Series S is out there. You can find the X. I think more and more they're gonna quietly sort of put that to bed.
Yeah.
They're gonna put it to bed, you know.
said that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't have no problem with the sunset. I just have an issue with give the cloud option that you promise they could have, right? Because it's not going to be resource intensive to stream the game to the Xbox.
Monkey Island's a different beast.
Oh, stop you!
You know, like we did Velocity architecture.
They said
Velocity architecture with this one. This one is the one that y'all asked for. This is the one with the ray tracing embedded. They can't do it. They just can't get it.
I'm all for generations. I support that message.
Well, you know what's funny? Let's walk this and see from this point on if we see more of it.
They just want to see if it's gonna be pushback. They say, which one we should do it with? Do it Monkey Island. Nobody gonna notice. King
yeah, that's true. Like, who's gonna notice that? Like,
me.
Well, we see. What's weird is they still making Xbox One versions of things. I think the Rocket Blade points. What's the matter? Anyway, we got that.
Monkey Island's the hard cutoff.
That was the mandate. That was the company mandate.
Yeah, they said, let's just see. Nobody gonna notice.
I can't. Anyway,
noticed.
I'm done. That was a little messy. Let's get the super chats. Get up out of here, man.
Yeah, one from Flame, $5 super chat. I heard from that Gotham Knights dude that the Series S is still holding back Monkey Island. Let's not talk about the Switch though.
Direct.
Salute to Flame being best. Let's get the poll. Get up out of here. With the recent critically acclaimed release of God of War Ragnarok, which game do you have as your current game of the year? Choices are A, Elden Ring. The king remains champ by transforming the soul genre to open world critical acclaim. Choice B, boy, Ragnarok comes in late. Outstanding graphics, compelling narrative to win game of the year. Or C, I don't care. We not going to act like satanic Animal Crossing is not out here dominating these streets for Cult of the Lamb. Shout out to everybody. Go rock the vote. It will be up there. The Lords were back in the building. Salute to Eggman for pulling up. Salute to my bros. It's funny seeing everybody in New York now. You know what I'm saying? Back to us. It took me a while to just do this podcast again. I don't know why. It was just weird. Anyway, Lord Attic, where can people find you besides that sizzling God of War Ragnarok preview that's about to drop?
You can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can find me on YouTube at Gaming Addict. I'm going to be dropping some God of War content over there throughout the next week. I will be reviewing Pokemon Scarlet. Oh. I don't even know when that game comes out, like the 17th, I think. I think I'll have to double check. So I'm not pushing to beat that game before next Sunday.
Yeah, you good.
It most likely will be live the Sunday following.
Okay, no doubt. Game of my choice. The poll's going to be up on Twitter, the Iron Lord Podcast, at Iron Lord Podcast Twitter. So it will be going up soon. That's where you will vote for the poll. No doubt. Lord Saw back in the building, fresh off of Wakanda Forever with me. Yes, and other games. Where can people find you?
No work today. I'm getting ready to go grab up Lady Saw from the airport. So I'm gonna go do that, and back to work as I always do. So I'll be playing Vampire Survivors this week. And excited for Pentiment and Somerville. So we will talk about that next week.
Absolutely.
And next week, are we doing our prediction show?
Yes, yeah. Don't fix your face. Are we doing our prediction
That's to come in
show?
with. Maybe I should come into some like Ric Flair music or whatever.
Right.
Come with the roll over there. Oh, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Champ is here.
The champ is here. The champ is here. No doubt, son. You get your bragging rights. I ain't go for it. No doubt. Lord King. Where can I find you? No, you can't. You can't.
Know what I'm doing?
I can't.
Turn on my controller. About to get my
DLC
DLC
time, baby.
About to dig up into that.
Pause.
Yeah, but this thing was released. I already know. From the moment I even started this game, I already knew what Elden Ring was going to be. Game of the Year, and I'm going to suffer with that. Maybe this game does win, and just like 2018 when I thought Spider-Man was Game of the Year, another game came on. I don't care, really. Be honest with you, who wins Game of the Year, who wins what or what. I don't partake in this, right? But I do like to put notations in time and when certain games how they made me feel. So a lot of guys, y'all gotta just stop putting so much energy behind somebody else's accolades, right?
And enjoy
just,
what you enjoy.
Enjoy your stuff. I'm glad Sony took away I gotta do it so at the hardest level achievement type of thing for your platinums. It takes away a dagger that you was using to stab the next guy next to you that enjoyed the game just as much as you. No matter what level it was on, you were no better than this individual just because you finished it at the highest level. Maybe he don't have all the time that you do, but he shared in the same enjoyment that you did. So, yeah, they removed away another argument talking point that you guys use, and I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that all platinums are created equal. all levels of your trophies that you get is created equal. Takes away a fighting narrative and gets you back into being one. We are one people. We are gamers. We are consumers. Now, some consumers get a chance to talk about it like us, but other consumers like yourselves get a chance to share into this whole great thing. And you are important because you are a consumer. You are a very important part of this cog. So stop acting like you on Sony's team, like you helped build the game. You didn't do anything to contribute to music, art direction, or gameplay. You played the game just like me. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy in your money handing over to the counter to the next guy like I did. See y'all next week. You can find me on Twitter roasting more of you fools for thinking that y'all have anything to do with if this game is Game of the Year. You not, but what you did was you helped pay for it to get
Yo! King with the crazy bars, man. Salute the King. I sending the message. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, good show. Salute everybody. The chat pulled up. Good to see everybody. This Lords will be back next week. Another one. That's really all I got. But miss my bros. This was fun. And on that note, anything else added? Any announcements? We good?
We're good.
All right, y'all. We out of here. See y'all next week. Bye.